Test. Um, okay, I think the stream might be going. I can't believe I can't figure out whether it's going or not. This is unbelievable misplay by Connor. I think it's going. Surely. Okay, it is. Well, we're gonna be playing Hungary today, and I'm also gonna be answering people's questions about the new update. And yeah, so I haven't actually played Hungary yet, but I have played Austria and Montenegro. Montenegro, I didn't play for very long, but in that run, Austria ended up exploding into a million pieces. So we'll see if something happens in this game like that as well. I think it will once we get our independence. And then as Austria, that's the country I'm making a video on, of course. And yeah, I'm not gonna talk about what happened in that run very much, I think. But yeah, here at the start on Hungary, we've got quite a lot. We've got this journal entry for the Hungarian Revolution. There are some things here that if Austria goes to war with us, will just annex us, so we need to avoid that. Um, and yeah, we start with not having Transylvania, but we have some decisions to fix that. I guess I should just start improving relations with Transylvania in order to fix that, as well as is there anything else that's going to be super important? We need a radical in our government to promulgate the 12 points, which does look very strong, but this will let Austria annex us, so unless they're at war. If they're at war, then we can avoid that, so we might need to wait for an Austrian war. Also, we can look for some support independences from some people, but I don't think we can do that quite yet. Start, I'm going to start by researching railways, and then I guess go into pharmaceuticals for the tech, nationalism, joint stock companies, something like that seems pretty solid. Go iron frame buildings, and then I'll start building up some construction sectors. Our capital actually starts the game in Slovakia. Let's see, is there any questions in chat that I want to answer? Didn't they messed up with Austria? Croatia was autonomous, but de jure part of Hungary, so is Transylvania. Yeah, I don't know. Austria has a button to annex them all. I assume maybe Hungary would be too strong if they started the game with all of that territory. I think that all that stuff was de jure part of Hungary after the um, Hungarian Revolution in like 1866 when they created the dual monarchy, but I don't know much about the history at this point, really. I'm just gonna unpause. Actually, we need generals in our army because if we don't have org, then Austria would reduce our liberty desire. But if we have organization, then this army power projection difference will change it in our favor, and that way we will be able to get some liberty desire. So yeah, if we want to get some liberty desire, obviously. Oh, I can request some stuff from Austria. Yeah, I'll take knowledge sharing. Or, I mean, I'll take regime support, right? That seems pretty good. Do we have any radicals we can get in here? Oh, I have a market liberal in charge of my government. Okay, that's actually really good. And we start the game on manorialism. Manorialism is kind of insane because it gives so much state construction efficiency. I should put some more stuff in my queue, like iron mines and tooling workshops. But yeah, manorialism is so good. It gives so much state construction efficiency. 10.8%. I guess you've got 10% agriculture throughput here, giving even more. Oh, the atmospheric engine. Yeah, I'm going to take the railway tech progress. Oh, I should actually do water tube boiler as my second tech. That's a bit of a misplay. Um, how is Super Germany forming speed affected? Oh yeah, that is an important question. It's much slower in my opinion. When I played as Austria, it's similar for Austria, I think, but for Prussia it seems to be much slower, although I haven't played as them, because German national identity now only triggers in around 1844, and that's how it's because it now requires a cultural fervor for the North and South Germans. North Germany needs to hit 40 fervor, and South Germany needs to hit 30 fervor, and we can see they start the game fairly far away from that, so it takes them almost a decade to reach that. It does depend on how fast you get these national awakenings, because they give a ton of extra fervor. You can see North Germany is going to 50 fervor at the moment because of their national awakening. Can you show the new laws and bonuses? I think technocracy is one of the main new things. This gives an extra company slot. It basically replaces, what's it called? It replaces corporate state previously did this. And you get this new machine journal entry, which lets you cement technocracy, but it doesn't really work because it requires a person who endorses technocracy, which those don't really exist except for positivists. We have a radical, so we could now promulgate the 12 points, but I think that that would probably lead to Austria trying to annex us, and I don't think we're strong enough to do that right now. So I'm gonna hold off on that for the moment. New culture map with stripes? Oh yeah, that is very cool. I do like the striped culture map mode. It is much better than the old culture map mode, in my opinion. It definitely shows minorities better. Also, you can see this little tiny bit of the split state of Silesia owned by Austria here. Some weird stuff happens with this. I kind of don't like this edition because what happens is there's a Polish secession almost every game that takes all of these states from Prussia and Austria. And this split state unifies and Prussia takes it all, or Austria takes it all if they're the one who spawns the Polish secession. It just depends on who spawns it first. Is it still smart to go for Super Germany? Yes, because what you can do, or at least at minimum, what you can do is you can do a unification play, and if you just don't press Form Germany, then it doesn't give you the debuff, which is good. But also, Super Germany is just like way worth 70 infamy. It's like not even close. Obviously, having all this territory is worth 70 infamy, but forming Super Germany as Prussia is now way harder. In fact, I think it's almost impossible to form it as Prussia now, because it requires you to, or if you do a German leadership play now, the opposing person gets negative 1,000 to accepting forming Germany, which is actually really annoying because, if they have negative 1,000 to forming Germany, then you're just never going to get them, which means you never want to do the German leadership play anymore. So Krakow is way more possible now? Yes, Krakow I think is much more possible, and in fact I think it's like way easier than before. Because it seems like the Polish uprising happens consistently. Sometimes Austria just like implodes. So it seems like Krakow is a much more viable start now. Is Austria better than Prussia now for Germany? Um, I don't know how possible it is for Austria to drop to major power. If Austria is hard to get down to major power, then I think Austria becomes better because you have almost as good of tech. You're just missing like Miltex for the most part, I think. You have like egalitarianism, railways and stuff, but you are missing the all tier 2 Miltex that Prussia has. So like general staff, percussion cap. Is that it? Might be just those two. Or no, power of the purse, I think also. I don't remember. But there's a bunch of Miltex you miss out on. But if you can just form way earlier, that would be better. Also, I think Prussia can't annex Hungary very easily unless they help Austria do it before unifying. But then it's going to be even harder to get Austria down to being a major power. Fun fact, Connor originally planned to play Transylvania, but was too much of a noob to win. That's fake news. I have not actually tried Transylvania at all this patch. Transylvania is actually a little bit interesting, though, because they actually start the game with South German culture, which is pretty good. Why am I not able to... I guess I can't really hover over that in a good way, but you can see here South German culture on Transylvania, which means when you do South German Fed, you annex Transylvania. Bad patch for Ottomans? Yes, the Ottomans are not doing very good this patch. Although they get the millet system might be enough to make them better in player hands, but the AI does really bad this patch. Sick Man of Europe gives worse debuffs, or it's outmoded bureaucracy that gives worse debuffs. You can see the plus 25% tax waste. It didn't used to give that, and so it doesn't really make much more money in the early game, but it's got to deal with a ton more secessions. The Balkans much more likely to rebel. Greece or a Greek secession almost always happens in the Ottoman Empire now. I should be running more construction. Everyone's right. There is decisions to make Budapest the capital, and it's actually one of the only states that can reach plus 10% MAPI, along with Holland. I believe it's the only other state other than Holland, because you get a modifier that gives plus 5 MAPI once you do the Budapest unification law. I remember Doodle said that this state was plus 10% MAPI. Yeah, it's not. Or some state in this country was, but I don't think that's a thing. Yeah, that does not seem to be a thing. Um, let's look and see. Did they fix the Chinese treaty ports? I don't think so, because think I saw Britain attacking China in my run as Austria. Seems like there's a million secessions. Indeed. You can't avoid secessions even on multiculturalism because multiculturalism only gives you like 45 acceptance or 40. Yeah, it gives you 40 acceptance. You can get up to 55 with total separation. So basically, you get constant secessions even on multiculturalism. You have to go secret police now. Secret police is super meta. It didn't used to be nearly as good, but now it's amazing. Um, what's the new state traits in Anatolia? Oh yeah, that's interesting. The Bosporus gets +5 Mappy. Aden also, and then there's some plus agriculture in Castamontu and Trabzon. I think that's all that's new in Anatolia. Of course, they split up Serbia into 3 states. I think this is kind of a bad change. It doesn't really seem like it accomplishes a whole lot, especially like separating Kosovo into a separate state. It makes Ottoman Western Serbia so small. Connor Victory, is this true that only Third Republic has techno parliament, but no, not Second Republic? I believe every French Republic gets techno parliament. Unless I'm misremembering, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that France is the only country that can get parliamentary republic technocracy. I in my video, I thought that Austria was going to get it because I mistakenly thought that the Soviet Republic thing was a presidential, or I thought it didn't require voting, but it does require voting. I don't know how I did this wrong, but I just thought it didn't, but it does. So yeah, that's a little unfortunate. PB and military enjoy secret police. Oh, that's actually a good point. If we got the military coordination, actually, or not military, police coordination is a way better power block mandate now because the negative political movement activism is actually so nice. Because if your political movements have over 50% activism, you get like -50%, or you usually get around -50% impact of institutions from the, what's it called? The minorities hating you. I don't know why I can't think of what the word for that is called, but there is certainly a word for that in the game. I'm still waiting for Krakow content. They should give Krakow more content. I'm all on board for that. But they did let it form Galicia Lodomeria. I actually haven't checked if that gives it claims on all of Polish states, but it should in theory, right? Multiculturalism nerf finally. I think they went a little bit too far with the multiculturalism nerf. It's literally impossible to grant leadership to characters that are of completely different cultures and religions to your main culture now. I can't believe Connor is sitting at 0 infamy. What do you want me to do? I'm not an autonomous subject. How am I supposed to declare a war? I can't declare. I mean, I could declare an independence war, but I don't think that would go very well. At least not yet. I think we need a little bit more before we can prepare for that. Like, we're gonna want someone supporting our independence, or Austria getting a little bit weaker from like the Brothers' War with Prussia or something. 0 infamy, no construction. No, not like this. Um, Yeah, I should probably put on more taxes to get more construction going. Although Austria does take a little bit of our money, it's not like a super huge amount. Yeah, only 15%, I think. Yeah. Connor, how did you convince Mr. Paradox to give you early access? It's just easy, Just have 1 trillion viewers. Obstinance, right? Yes, that is the correct thing. Obstinance was the word I was thinking about for the secessions, making you get huge debuffs on tax collection and impact of institutions. Now, bro, go for United States of Greater Austria. I did that in my video. Are you personal union as Hungary? No, we start the game as a crown land, but we will become a personal union if we do like the what's it called? Dual monarchy thing. If we can become the dual monarchy, then we will get that. Do you think Austria is weaker now or stronger because you can annex Hungary and get the GDP? Um, I think Austria is stronger, mostly actually because of manorialism. I think if they didn't have manorialism, they'd be weaker than before. But manorialism, I think, tips it over. The state construction efficiency is super nice. Although you have to really micro it. In my run, when I conquered China, like all the states, they just ended up getting full arable land built like almost instantly. So it doesn't help that much. But if you really micro it, it's like insanely strong. What's the Crownland title description? I guess we can take a look. A Crownland is an administrative region of a dynastic empire retaining varying levels of regional autonomy. Oh, yes, the Austro-Hungarian Compromise. That's what I was thinking of. I don't own all Hungarian homelands. Oh, I don't own Transylvania. That's what that's missing. Such a radical act is likely to cause a major rift in our relation with Austria, possibly leading to war. Hmm. Okay. We've had 28 more years on this. This gives us some nice modifiers. But yeah, what we really got to wait for is the springtime of the peoples. That's what's going to make Austria weak enough for us to be able to do our 12 points. The springtime of the peoples is so much radicalism. Everything succeeds in the springtime of the peoples from Austria. You please pay attention to events, please. Never. You need an admiral while you don't have a coast for the real Hungarian RP. Unfortunately, I don't think the game will let me do that. Yeah, the game won't let me create a admiral. How was secret police changed? Secret police wasn't directly changed, but political movement activism is just much more important in this update. I guess actually it was changed. It gives support separatism strength and resistance. But the important part is that it gives negative political movement activism, which is super important because secessions are a very big pain in this update. Over 100% authority? No, how dare you? How dare you point out me being a noob at Victoria 3? Oh, I should really do social mobility. I should do a ton of social mobility because my literacy is really bad. Also, I should probably pass schools. Yeah, I'll bring in the church and start passing some schools. Can we see the new Somalia coast? Yes, this is what the Ethiopia coast looks like. These are some microstates. They're not colonizable. They're unrecognized powers. They made countries less stable, and previously AI France had 3 civil wars per week. No, it's France is actually really stable this patch. They're not strong, but they're still fine. Is colony seceding a problem? It's sort of a problem, but it's like similar to what you see in your same heritage, I think. But if you have secret police, it's normally fine, except maybe when you just conquered it. Get the Hungry 40s. Usually leads to the springtime of the peoples happening pretty soon after. It seems to pretty consistently trigger between like 1838 and 1842, the Hungry 40s. Okay, so UK can't just colonize Kenya for free now? Yeah, UK doesn't colonize here very much anymore. I was able to easily take over all of East Africa as Austria, and I could have gotten into West Africa pretty easily. I ended up just buying it from the British. New Lake Victoria tags. I will never eat those tags. There's not new ones. In Lake Victoria, they just made Akoli decentralized. That's all that changed in the Lake Victoria region. The Greater Yugoslavia content is based, but it sucks that it's green. No, it's great. It's great. Bulgaria content is amazing. It was new in like 10 years, and Connor has already lost 2 positions in prestige ranking. Dang. Oh, Austria is getting into a war with Britain. That's going to be a good opportunity to promulgate the 12 points. Will that give us schools or something? No, it won't give us schools, but it'll give us a bunch of other useful laws. Our GDP per capita on Hungary really is so bad. I meant Kenya is the new Victoria. Oh yeah, these 2 countries are probably never gonna get annexed by the AI. Corsica World Conquest now finally feasible then? No, I think World Conquest is way harder this patch because the secessions are really annoying. I guess if you go police coordination, it's gonna be a lot easier to deal with. I just didn't consider that in my run, but I think that police coordination is now actually a viable principle. No way I crusade against Egypt. Oh, the war ended. No, I can't declare my war against Austria. How dare they do this to me? But if you increase your autonomy to the next level, you can get Koska. I don't know what that means. What do I need to proclaim union with Transylvania? I need more liberty desire. Or I need Hungary and Transylvania to not be a subject of another nation. Okay, well, my liberty desire is slowly going up. Wow, the fervor of Hungarian is really low. It's only getting 0.02. In some of my, like, the Netherlands is getting like 0.4 from fervor. It's insane how much liberty desire you can get from fervor. So universities are probably decent as subject if you want to try to get your independence now. Militarized police force may be better. I don't think it gives a negative political movement activism. Yeah, no, this isn't very good. It's not bad, but like, or actually the radicalism increases is nice. I didn't realize it did that. But since most of your pops are going to be in open prejudice, even when you're on multiculturalism, this is actually A little bit better now. Oh, also, I forgot to mention this, but migration is way weaker now because you can't, or multiculturalism gives so much less acceptance, like way less pops to migrate. In my offshore run, I've only gotten like one mass migration that I noticed, I think, and I've had multiculturalism for a couple of decades, so it's like way less than before. Connor, will you ever form Romaine Germany with Transylvania? I don't know. That might be a play, that could be fun. The Danubian state now also includes South German, but unfortunately, the evil devs they're evil and they made it so that Danubian state cannot form Germany. They did the same thing with Austria. They can get North Italian from the United States of Greater Austria, and unfortunately, they cannot form Italy with it, or Yugoslavia with Croatian. Okay. Yeah, the New World tags are so much worse. Is it worth to do go super German nationalist Germany now? Um, no, I don't think there's a good reason to like be German nationalist. But there is actually I forgot about this. There is actually one reason why would want to form Germany, and that's that the German national movement gets some radicalism from Germany not being unified. Oh, it's not here yet, but later on you get +10 activism on the German national movement for it not being unified. But I think it's not enough to make it worth forming. Does this mean also Super Germany will no longer be a thing? No, but it's harder because you can't do leadership play anymore. Can Hungary form Danubian Confederation? Yep, you can. Um, it's a little bit tough. Like, there's no unification play for this, but it is definitely a formable. But we will need multiculturalism or subjecthood for that. And actually, we can go subjecthood pretty easily. Subjecthood is pretty good law, in my opinion, so that would be not terrible to go. Greetings from Norway, how's it going so far? Kind of okay. We haven't got any Austrian uprisings yet. Unfortunately, they have not got the Springtime of the Peoples, I guess. Once Austria gets the Springtime of the Peoples, we'll be able to get our independence. But the market's lacking wood. That's probably what I should be building rather than iron mines. Especially my iron mines. This is truly a classic Connor moment to not stop his PMs, but it's also a Victoria 3 moment for having me start on the wrong PMs. Yeah, I should try to build up as much wood as I can, because wood is pretty profitable. Full gold reserves, classic Connor moment. Crazy. Why do you have full money? Because I'm a noob. How nerfed is Austria? Very, very little. In my opinion, Austria is roughly as good as before. Although I didn't play Austria in 1.9, my run was way better than my run in 1.8, so I think it's very little nerf, if not a positive buff from the manorialism. Some other countries get manorialism too, but it's basically just Austria, Hungary, and the Romanians. Slovak states got merged. Is the big state OP or did they balance it out? I think they balance it out. I think it's not as I think it's actually worse than West Slovakia used to be. I can't remember, but I don't think it's as good as it should be for combining these states at the minimum. Yeah. Unfortunately, we haven't got Springtime of the Peoples yet. Usually it's triggered by around now. Besides the fact you aren't spending, is there a downside to full coffers? Well, the downside is that the money, once you hit the gold reserve limit, you like lose some of the extra money. As you go above, the more you go above, the more the money just goes away. Uh, can't believe I've been punching a noob all this time on having it crying. Don't worry, it's actually just because I'm playing way too fast and trying to read chat at the same time, which I have to alt tab for. It's a lot of, it's pretty tough to manage that and the economy at the same time. Are there any nations one could play staying fully isolationist? Pretty much just China, but it's even for China, it's not optimal just because you get the what's it called? You can't form a power block. That's the main debuff. You support the conservative establishment. And yeah, that means the springtime of the peoples is going, which means Austria is not long for this world. Because as you can see here, plus 25% from springtime of the peoples journal entry underway. This basically always leads to everything seceding from Austria. Wait, why did they only have plus 2%? Oh, Austria leveled up secret police. That might help them out a little bit, but I'm pretty sure they're still going to um, try to secede. No, you cannot be telling me I have a bad PM on Lumberville. You don't! This is unbelievable. What have you got in your PC? I have I think 5800H and 3060. 3060 mobile. And yeah, 5800H. What's subject hit all about? It's about the like monarchy owning all the people as subjects instead of it being like a nation of culture. It's just like the monarchy rules over you sort of thing. It gives a huge bonus to homeland and acceptance is fairly low, but the debuffs for being unaccepted and subjected are like not that bad. So I think it's overall actually like a pretty decent citizenship law. Um, oh, the Hungry 40s is over. We get plus 10% agriculture throughput for that ending. How close is Austria's secessions to seceding? They're actually not going up to 75% yet. Oh, this one is. Once one gets over, it gives political movement activism to the other ones, which means they'll all secede, basically. Um, what else do we need to go to build up our economy? It looks like paper mills are pretty good to build up. How's infra doing? Looks like we're going to need a railway in this state. We're going to move our capital there eventually. We need to become a personal union for that, though, or get our independence. How's Liberty Desire doing? Oh, we're at 66, so I can request market control, and then they'll decline that. Now I'm at 70, which means I can proclaim a union with Transylvania. Oh, their political movements are not actually going to 75%. This is pretty rare. Usually they go pretty high. Oh, Poland's gonna hit over 75%. That's gonna trigger the other ones. Yeah, there goes Polish national movement, then North Italian, then Czech. And once these movements are getting close to seceding, I think that's when I'm gonna do my proclaim union with Transylvania. Oh, Hungary gave me a treat. I just didn't even see it. You should do a challenge hitting 1 billion with traditionalism. That actually does sound kind of interesting. Can Krakow form Danubian Confederation or just Poland? I do not think Krakow is able to form Danubian Confederation. Yeah, they aren't. No, I don't think there's any way you could do that at all. Yeah. Missed proposal from GB, bro. Yep. Well, let's see if GB would, oh, GB wants me to support independence. Let's ask them for an obligation while we're at it, you know? No, GB! I just wanted an obligation. Can I give GB like 1,000 to take an obligation, or slightly more than 1,000? 1,400? No, they need a little bit more than that. Come on. There we go. We get our obligation from the UK, and we get independent support. For some reason, the UK really likes supporting these guys, which is very nice for us. It might be time to proclaim union with Transylvania. Or no, let's wait for the Polish national movement to be very close to seceding. We do it at the same time, and that way Austria has to be ready for 2 wars at once. Or can we do this while we're not at peace? Oh yeah, we can. Let's just wait for Austria to actually be at war. That would be better. How's the content looking so far? It looked good in the dev diaries. Um, so I've only played Austria and Montenegro so far, but I like the Austria content. I don't really like very much the fact that like it's a lot of paths are mutually exclusive, and you can accidentally lock yourself out of United States of Greater Austria if you annex Hungary and make all the states loyal, because you have to form dual monarchy to do United States of Greater Austria, and you can lock yourself out of dual monarchy relatively easily. Okay, Polish secession just started. I'm gonna proclaim union with Transylvania now, and they ratify the union. Transylvania is an inalienable part of the Hungarian crown. Very nice. Now we will see what Austria does about that. Maybe nothing. Maybe they'll do something. I guess I should also swap over to like a radical and do that one. Or I could go just prop tax and not promulgate the 12 points, I guess. Actually, I don't know how we force Austria to make us into a personal union. Do we have to just do a war for that? Should Hungary find itself opposing Austria in a diplomatic play? Oppressed minorities may take advantage of the situation. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. This is the debuff of Hungary. If you have minorities that are mad at you, you can have Slovakia, South Transylvania, and like double deck secede from you pretty often. So that is a little bit of a thing. Um, if the following conditions are true, average acceptance is below 60, cultural turmoil in their homelands exceeds 15%, no political movement is causing obstinance. I guess we can take a look at what the turmoil is in Serbian. Serbian turmoil in Hungary is 25%, so they're likely to secede, and so are the Romanians. Surely the Slovaks wouldn't secede from me. No, they would. Assuming their acceptance is low enough, which I think it is. Yeah, it is. So we might not want to declare independence yet because of that. It'll probably be fine, right? No, oh, an Austrian ultimatum? Okay, here we go. Austria creates Hungarian revolution play against them. Or this way we have no choice but to accept. No, this is the final straw. Magyars to arms. Okay, we get the UK on our side. I'm going to, I get independence in this war instead of increased autonomy. That's interesting. Well, I guess we'll just like conquer let's see here. Conquer Moravia and Bohemia maybe, and then can I conquer like a state to the coast? No, not really. Okay, well this seems fine. Unfortunately, Britain's not really gonna have a great border to help us out with, but should be mostly fine. Yeah, Austria is like not that much stronger than us. Although after the secessions happen, it's gonna become a little bit worse. The Hungarian Revolution. Okay, I guess I'll accept this. Or no, do I want to accept this? Because the thing is, this will give me tenant farmers, which I don't really want to do. Oh, this also gives tenant farmers. Okay, yeah, I'll just accept this. And that'll give me some good laws. But now we get the Red Winter thing. This will give us some counter-revolution stuff. Insurrectionary liberal or socialist movements. That's the counter-revolution. I'm very confused. Okay, I don't know why that was giving counter-revolution progress, but yeah, it looks like now Red Summer is gonna win, which I assume will give us like a radical victory or something. Oh, Prussia joined this. Am I actually gonna lose this play? I think I might lose this. We'll see. It really depends on how much more stuff secedes from Austria. I guess if the Czechs secede, we're not gonna conquer them. Yeah, that was kind of stupid. Okay, well, you can think of smarter ideas the more time. Acknowledge Long Poland. Yeah, it is very long Poland. Sometimes Russia joins Poland in my test games, although I think it's because I have Prussia. I fight Prussia as Austria. It's very annoying whenever that happens. Um, the Russians are coming in from the other side. I think we might have to restart because I think I'm gonna lose here. Or I should probably have a safe. Transylvanian revolt. Yeah, that's not ideal. Yeah, Hungary's a little bit hard. Oh, I should just be conscripting. What am I doing? If I conscript, this war will be so much easier. Yeah, I need to conscript a lot. Um, Something like that, and then conscript up as much line infantry as possible. Yeah. Okay, the good old 219 line infantry we should be able to do significantly better, especially if we have some defensive strategists we can use. Yeah, that should be good. Something like that. Although it's going to take a while for the conscripts to come up, and the war is about to begin. Zero Infinity made the worst coalition against typical Connor. Unfortunately, this is true. Um, Can I do this? Oh, these troops are both on. Yeah, dang. I think I just lose here. Wait, why do I have only have 10 troops? Oh, what? I have a 100% supply. Hungary starts the game with 0 small arms? Are you kidding me? That's a little unexpected. I didn't realize it was quite that bad. Um, yeah, I did not think Hungary who started the game with no small arm factories and stuff. Okay. Yeah. Well, this first run, it did not go very well. Okay. Well, I think we can restart because that is not going very well at all. Easier to form Italy right now, right? Because of the springs? Yeah, definitely. We're gonna have to restart, unfortunately. That run did not go very well. I've not actually practiced Hungary at all because I only got the DLC, or I only got the update like a couple days ago, and I was just making my video, and I didn't try any of the countries really. So yeah, it's inevitable to lose on your first try, right? No mistakes this time. That is correct, right? We will make no mistakes this time. This time, everything will be perfect. We will research water tube boiler into railways, and then pharmaceuticals, nationalism, joint stock companies, steel frame buildings. We'll swap up all of our PMs to the right ones. We'll queue up a coal mine just so we can swap it up to the right PM early, so I don't forget. And we'll swap up this PM as well. And then I'm gonna start out by just building a ton of wood because it's gonna be the most profitable thing to build up. I'm gonna spam decrees because these are gonna be our 3 good states. I'm gonna put the decrees in them, and then stop up to iron frame construction, build more construction sectors, increase taxes. He's locked in, guys. Surely he will do everything right this time. Exactly. Yes, yes, you're thinking right. I'm wondering how we were supposed to like force Austria to give us the Austro-Hungarian compromise because I would think that's what they would want you to do, you know? Um, hmm. Maybe they just want us to like request increased autonomy or something. Oh, I should really give the army more orgs so we can get more Liberty Desire again. Get your Liberty Desire already higher with trees, maybe? I don't think the UK starts the game hating Austria. Yeah, I don't think there's anyone we can really start the game with getting support independence from. We need people to hate Austria before we can do that. But usually Britain does end up hating Austria for some reason this patch. Can I build more construction? Yeah, I can build at least one more construction sector. Put that at the top of the queue, probably. Yeah. All right. When is Austria video coming out? When the DLC comes out, I think. I have not actually finished the Austria video at the moment. Surely you won't have Russia come in with the steel chair again. Surely Russia will not just intervene against me. Surely that wouldn't happen. I'm gonna improve relations with Austria and Prussia so that they hopefully don't run against me. Okay, apparently I can't improve with Prussia. I don't have an interest. I should declare an interest in South Germany and the Balkans. You try to become a personal union with Austria? Yeah, that's probably what I should try to do because otherwise it's gonna be a little bit weird. We do get our independence immediately. After all these iron mines are done, I guess I'll build up some tooling workshops because it looks like the market is kind of lacking tools, and then should probably put those on a more reasonable PM. I guess I'll need a steel mill for that as well. So new DLC has Hungary from the start. Yes, Hungary, Croatia, Slavonia, and Transylvania now start the game as Austrian crown lands. But there's a decision Austria has to annex them. I changed most of my PMs. Um, I wish Russia wouldn't intervene Hungarian revolt government in 1861. That is indeed true. You should also grow your army. Yeah, I should do that at some point, but not at the start. It's not worth spending money on it at the very start, right? A wood company, that's probably a good first company to go. Gives that monopoly on logging camps. And I guess a tooling workshop, give it a monopoly on that. Oh, I don't have enough authority for that. Is Central Hungary now the best state in the game? Um, Arguably, since it can get 10% mappy, it is pretty good, but the resources here aren't amazing. I think I would still, rather have like Beijing for the Forbidden City or something. Is the new UI and map mandatory, or can the old style still be used? Yeah, the old style can still be used. They added a new thing called dynamic that auto switches, and that's what I am on because that's the default, but you can still go back to the normal stuff. You know, someone say it's the default one. There's an option called default, but that's not actually the default anymore. You should try and make colonies in Africa. Well, we need a little bit of our independence before we can form colonies in Africa. I'm concerned that Upper Silesia being a split state will cause more often than not become part of Germany or Poland. Is that true from your experience? Um, what Upper Silesia being a split state does is it breaks the game because when the Polish secession happens, whichever person spawned the Polish secession gets the state. If Austria spawns it, and it also goes in Prussia, their Wargle enforces first, and it takes all the states they had a split state in, annexing all of Upper Silesia for them. If Prussia spawns it, they get all the states they had a split state in first, giving them all of Upper Silesia. Um, can you give investment rights to someone? Probably could theoretically, but I don't think it's good. No, actually, you can't give investment rights as a non-autonomous subject. More construction. You're so right. Oh, I should really go on to interventionism. I thought I was supposed to be locked in. Clearly, I'm not very locked in if I didn't get interventionism. The Hungry 30s, this time it triggered a little bit earlier. I think the source, historically, this was like a little bit later than it usually spawns in game. It spawns pretty early in game. It requires like 10 disease outbreaks. Oh, yes, that's two really big disease outbreaks, so that would explain why it spawned. I think you can have colonies even though you're a subject. You can, but not if you're an inland subject, because we cannot declare interest to colonize with. Yeah, once we get interventionism, I should be able to build up a lot more construction. Yeah, actually, I should just build up more at this point. Yeah. I think West Slovakia, or not West, I guess this is still sort of West Slovakia because we have, this is East Slovakia now, but I think this Slovakia state is like significantly, it's like it's probably our best state. Although actually, I should really just be building in Alfold because this is eventually going to become our capital. Budapest unification law and stuff. Got to get out of being crown land first, though. That's not going to be that hard, though. Last time it was called the Hungry 40s. That's cool that the name is dynamic. Yeah, it is very cool. Theoretically, it can spawn in any decade, although I've only ever seen it spawn in the 30s or 40s. Can you get transit rights with Ottoman or something for the Independence War? I actually don't know if that will give us transit rights through their whole market, but that would probably be good to try. Oh, the Ottomans will support my independence. Looks like they won't give me transit rights at the moment, because I guess I'm in a market. The Ottomans apparently have a really bad diplomatic stance with me. Let's take a look at why. They are domineering. Okay, well, I'll start trying to improve relations with the Ottomans. Will you be able to colonize Africa once we become a personal union with Austria? Um, if we get Croatia Slavonia from that, then yes. Spend my 100 authority. It's nice to get a little bit of enactment time, but I probably should spend it. I don't know what to spend it on. I've used up all the important decrees in all the good states, so yeah, I think it's fine to just leave it. We got interventionism now, so per capita tax or no, let's just go religious schools. Yeah, bring in the church and go religious schools next. Is Prussia still so much stronger than Austria in this DLC by doing NGF? I think for the AI, Prussia's still stronger than Austria, but for player, I think that this DLC has even Prussia versus Austria a lot. Oh, I got a water tube boiler. I should swap up these to condensing engine pump now. That'll help out a little bit more. Finally, Transanubia is do not tool. That's so weird. Is there an achievement as Hungary to subjugate Austria, lol? No, I don't think so. Let's take a look at what the Hungary achievement is. There's definitely one. Oh, David Slays Goliath is a very hard achievement. That's interesting. Um, yeah, it seems like not that hard. I guess it's sort of hard, but I would think that would be a very hard achievement. Um, let's take a look at what our achievement is. We can look at possible, I guess, for that. Where is our achievement going to be? I'm feeling hungry. It's apparently an easy journal entry. This is not an easy achievement, okay? Okay, this is not an easy achievement. Has successfully completed the Hungarian Revolution journal entry and is not a subject in another country. Yeah, that's not that bad, but I don't think it's easy. I think that should be a medium achievement. Hey, Connor, can you show the new serfdom law Austria got? Yeah, it's a manorialism, and what it does is it gives plus 0.1% state construction efficiency per arable land or per subsistence farm. It's really good. It's like kind of insanely strong because even throughput applies to it. And yeah, if you like conquer China, you get like 60% state construction efficiency in some states. More construction. Maybe we can afford one more. I don't know. That's not a very good second company. That doesn't really mesh well with our first one, so I'm not gonna pick that up. Yeah, I don't think we want to go another construction sector quite yet. I should build up more government administrations though, because I'm running a bit of a problem with that. Bro really wants more construction. I always want more construction. That's the definition of Connor, having the need for more construction. Indochina looks cursed lol. Yeah, I kind of hate the new Indochina borders because more decentralized nations on the map is bad. I don't like decentralized nations. I wrote a feedback post about this in the Discord and like I got a bunch of downvotes for it. Unfortunately, no one liked my feedback that they shouldn't keep adding more decentralized nations. As a Hungarian, I'm really interested in this flavor. Could you show us the possible JE? Here is the JE. This button will give us some like better laws, but it makes Austria likely to go to war with us. This lets us annex Transylvania, but also potentially makes Austria go to war with us. This gives us a better army and gives more fervor, it looks like. Yeah, and then if we can complete all of these things here, you get this bonus that gives um what does this do? Oh, this is like revolution wins. This one is turning everyone Hungarian, plus 100% assimilation. I don't know for how long. It doesn't tell you if how long these modifiers last generally, unfortunately, until you actually get the event. But still good to see. Yeah, looks like pretty good stuff. But it's not a huge amount of flavor for like Hungary. Most of the flavor is on like Montenegro and Austria, and there's just like a tiny bit per country. Uh, you know, Yugoslavia being a major unification is sort of a pretty good amount of content for all these Balkan countries. Hunter, do you think it'll be easier to form the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth in this new update slash DLC? Yes, it'll be so much easier. I think it's like it was almost impossible to do it consistently in 1.9.6 and beyond. Because they made it so you couldn't do the investment right strat I did in my video. But now it's like super easy, I think. Or not super easy, but I think it's very doable because Austria just seems to collapse somewhat often. It did in my Montenegro run. I don't know how common that is, but it happened in the one run I tried not playing Austria before the stream, so it must happen fairly often, I would think. there's no potential journal entries. Any new companies that are interesting? There are a couple of new companies. Like this one here gives, or this one actually isn't Hungarian. Okay, but this is a new company that I think is pretty good. I guess it's in the Bohemia area, but this gives iron, coal, and either lead or sulfur. But most importantly, prosperity bonus gives construction sector building throughput. I think it's better than generic metals, because it gives construction sector throughput. I think it's better than steel building throughput, but I don't know. Kind of close, because it depends on like whether you are lacking states for construction and stuff. Um, Yugoslavia is a major unification. Yeah, Yugoslavia is now a major unification. That was one of the big changes in this update. Um, you please try to remain a monarchy as Hungary? Yeah, we can try to remain a monarchy. Monarchy is not that bad, especially if you're going technocracy. It doesn't really matter what your law is. Show the new provinces. We can look at the state map mode. Pretty much all the new provinces are over here. Vilnia is new borders. It no longer borders Plock like it used to before, and it's a lot smaller. It's a pretty terrible state now, really. Oh, there's a revolution in France. Shouldn't that cause the, oh no, it's all Bonapartist revolt, so it's not going to cause the springtime of the peoples. It needs to be liberal. And then they, like, split up Kosovo and stuff. I think that's pretty much all the map changes. No, Bukovina is also its own state now. It's a pretty terrible state, really. Alfold is the capital region? No, Alfold is not the capital region. The capital region is Slovakia at the start of the game. We get the ability to move the capital via a decision. This one right here. We have to become a personal union first. What does subjecthood do? It gives a lot of acceptance for people who are in homelands, and it gives very little acceptance for people who aren't in homelands. It has pretty moderate debuffs for low acceptance, though. Like pops that are tier 3 acceptance can work in government buildings and stuff. Paradox, I understand that small states are bad economically, but they just keep putting them up. Yeah, I do not like that they split up Bukovina and stuff. Like the U.S. really needs to get these states merged. Oh, I forgot to even talk about the U.S.'s new modifier, the capital state in Washington D.C. This is a pretty big USA buff, +5 legitimacy and +10% incorporation speed. Because +10% incorporation speed means that they can incorporate China in 18 years instead of 20, which, you know, it's a pretty good buff. It's much better than the buff you get from like moving your capital to New York or whatever. That's a pretty minor buff. Overall, it's definitely not worth the buffs you'd get from moving your capital, right? I guess second company I'm gonna go Slovakia Premium Metals, even though it is probably worse than like the other company I was talking about. I think it's like pretty good because I don't want to have to go conquer Austria for that. Yeah. Is Canada is overtaking the USA in games now? No, because migration is way weaker. Like barely any migrants go to Canada now, seemingly from India. So subject code actually makes conquering Beijing strat viable because you can employ Forbidden Palace before multiculturalism. Yeah, you can employ Forbidden Palace before multiculturalism if you go subject head plus total separation. Isn't it really strong to conquer Chang with the homeland acceptance and construction boost thanks to subsistence farms? Yeah, I did it really late in my Austria run, but I probably should have done it earlier because it does seem to be quite strong. Is there a way to unify Austria-Hungary from the new DLC? Yes, if Austria forms the dual monarchy, they get access to the United States of Greater Austria journal entry that lets them assimilate minorities, and then once they sign federalization into law, it annexes all their subjects in the Danubia, South Germany, and Balkan strategic regions, I think. Except I don't think it annexed Switzerland for some reason. How could you become a personal union? Um, I think we're gonna have to fight an increased autonomy war. I don't know. How exactly can Austria annex Hungary and the others? If they get Hungary, Croatia, Slavonia, and Transylvania to below 25 Liberty Desire, then they can annex them via a button in their Matter of Hungary journal entry. Um, or they can form Greater Hungary thing with the dual monarchy, and then do United States Greater Austria. Can you feed Hungary then annex them for free as Austria? Um, Maybe theoretically, but I don't think it's worth it because you can annex them in like 8 years anyway, and you would lose a bunch of incorporation on like Poland and stuff if you did that. What are the modifiers as a crown land? We have to pay Austria 15% of our revenue, 50% of our convoys. We are counted for unification, and we are not autonomous. Yeah, that's pretty much all the important modifiers, I think. Crazy that my economy's not growing better this run, even though I think I did a little bit better PMs and stuff. Ask for support independence from Prussia. I don't think Prussia will give that to us. Oh, actually, they will. They are belligerent. I did not consider that they get banned at Austria after they get German national identity. Okay, let's ask for that. Yep, Prussia accepts. Does the UK also hate them? Yeah, the UK does. So I'll go for that. Okay, get Austria or get UK and Prussia supporting us for our independence. That's going to be pretty strong. I'm just going to give us like zero point 0.4 Liberty Desire. That's like kind of insane. Yeah, 0.4 Liberty Desire is completely absurd. Definitely, there's like no way Austria can keep me loyal with that, right? America support independence? Does America dislike Austria? They're not. They're just wary. Wary isn't enough. Yeah, looks like Ottomans hate me so much. There's no negate them, and they don't have an interest shared with the Netherlands. Your only primary is Hungarian. Yes, my only primary is Hungarian. I don't know if that changes when we annex Transylvania. We'll see. This GDP requirement of 6 million seems a little bit low. Oh, we have to get off of serfdom in order to complete this journal entry. That's going to be a little annoying because, manorialism is so nice. Um, I guess I'll go per capita tax, or should I just go straight to proportional? I think I'm just going to go straight to proportional. It's barely less money. Yeah. I don't think you should make a lot of construction sectors. You don't want to overbuild. I think we're doing pretty good with this amount of construction. Did they remove South German homelands from Hungary? Yes, they did. Transdanubia no longer has a South German homeland. Is it even feasible to do a world conquest now? Yes, definitely still possible, but it's much harder than before. Can you form a stronger Germany, such as the Ultimate Germany, using new Austria journal entries, a greater German unification? No. Austria's journal entries all disappear if you form Germany. So you actually like don't want to form Germany. Instead, you just have to do the unification play for Germany, and then do the rest of your stuff. Springtime of the Peoples. Maybe I should support the radical movement. Doesn't really matter that much, I guess, right? Um, yeah, I think I'm gonna suppress them, or yeah, I'm gonna support the conservative establishment. It makes political movements a little bit less mad. I just don't really know when you would ever support the radical movement, which feels a little bit weird. Can we build our own weapons this time? That does sound like a good idea. I should build at least one small arms factory. Long Poland? Not yet, but soon enough we will see Long Poland again. Did they change Saxony? It looks weird. Yes, they did change Saxony border a little bit. Silesia stole a little bit of Saxony. These names give me goosebumps. Yeah, they changed all the names to be in like the local culture naming instead of it being based on the like English pronunciation or whatever. This state's actually pretty good. I should build up some more in that one. The map, the color it looks on the map would suggest to me it had a mountain debuff, but it doesn't have a mountain debuff. The Hungarian or the magnates are very mad at me for trying to pass this. Oh, apparently I have failed the petition. Dang, I didn't realize I failed the petition. That's unfortunate. I have no idea what's in this new DLC. I won't lie. It's content for all of the Balkan nations, and in the free update is the addition of cultural fervor and what else is major in the free update? Technocracy got changed to give a company slot. Is Super Germany the strongest formable in the game currently, or is there any bigger mid-game GDP-wise formable in the game? Well, in terms of GDP formable, the biggest one is Holy Roman Empire, but excluding that, I think that Danubian state is pretty close to Super Germany. I don't know. I mean, they're very similar. It's you know, it's not a huge change. And the name localization's annoying sometimes. Yeah, I would prefer if they were all in English, I think. Technocracy is so good now. It is pretty good, but the thing is, unless you're France, you cannot have parliamentary elective at the same time. Oh, Prussia's going for German leadership here. That's interesting. Oh, bruh, that's annoying. I cannot join Hungary in this war. I can't join Prussia in this war because I initially supported Austria as a unification candidate. No, I didn't. That's a lie. Okay, that's a little annoying. If I could have joined Prussia for increased autonomy, that would have been very nice. Does Super Germany include Hungary now that the homelands are removed? I think unless Austria manages to annex Hungary before you do it, they'll just become your subject, which is not exactly ideal. This is a weird event. It like does nothing. None of these options do anything important. What are the new companies they added? I'm not sure about all of them. This is probably a new company. Insteria. This is a new company. It has prestige engines. This is a new company. Iron, coal, and lead and sulfur. I don't know. There's a bunch of new companies, but I couldn't find them all. I tried looking for them all at some point, but I think I only found like half of them. I think this is a new company. It's like a food company, but slightly different. When approx Austria explodes, it should be approximately now. Yeah, this is when Austria is going to be exploding. Unfortunately, uh, oh, oh, that's cool. I saw my government. Austria will actually just increase my autonomy. Okay. Well, I'm definitely gonna take that. So let's just swap over to a government that Austria likes a bit more. They like their intelligentsia right now. Okay. PB might be the most similar. I don't know. Oh, wait, did Ireland actually manage to break free? It actually did, or it's breaking free at the moment. It's trying to secede. Is there any way we can get a little bit more ideological similarities? No, it looks like that's max. Do I want to try? Do I want to use an obligation to get this guaranteed? Or I guess I can wait for Liberty Desire to go up just a little bit more, maybe. Or more secessions. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait for this to be 100% without an obligation. Um, okay, I think I'm not going to, um, hmm, do I want to do this? Yeah, we cannot risk a civil war. No, no, no. I'm gonna send in the army immediately. We're not gonna deal with this way of getting new laws. Yeah, I just want to keep passing prop tax for now. More secessions from Austria should let them it'll make them think that we are more likely to beat them in the play, and that way we will get like a 100% chance of increased autonomy. Also, multiple revs possible at the same time now? Yes, that is a very nice change that they did. Polish uprising is beating um, Russia, or I mean, beating Austria. which is actually pretty common. It's actually pretty hard to deal with the secessions as Austria, like when I was playing them. There's a couple of attempts where I actually failed against the secessions. Come on, Austria, you know you want your North Italians to secede. Oh, apparently the North Italian movement is actually not that radical this time. So wait, what? The Polish movement is trying to secede? It already seceded, though. That doesn't make any sense. Um, oh, they're not getting bonus from Springtime of the Peoples? Um, that's weird. Why is Austria not getting Springtime of the Peoples? I do not know. Oh, if I add conscripts, that is a good idea for how to get to 100%. Oh, they'll accept anyway, actually, at this point. Okay. Well, now we are a personal union, which I think means I can do some more stuff. Yes, I can designate Buda as capital now. That's going to be nice. And, um, from personal union, can I become a protectorate? No, I can't, apparently. Just gotta go to independence from there. That's unfortunate. I really thought personal union could go to protectorate, right? No, it can't, apparently. Hmm. Rice Poland, starfish. You gotta get used to the shape of Poland. It's the new shape of Poland that always happens. Oh, the unfortunate thing about getting my Liberty Desire like that is, yeah, low Liberty Desire means I can't proclaim union with Transylvania and as much anymore. Or I'll be able to eventually. It's just gonna take a little bit longer. The Liberty Desire is still going up, actually. I really should have improved relations to Transylvania earlier. That would have been good. Can build some more tooling factories. Someone say they're not called tooling factories. They should fix treaty ports in China so they don't rev or get broken by having the kingdom. Yeah, there was some patch note about that like a bit ago, but it didn't actually work, I think. I think that's what happened. Um, I need more construction. Build like 3 more sectors because I'm running a little bit of a positive balance. I guess that's because I'm not paying Austria anymore. Is Confederate states better to play after this update? I don't know. Migration is weaker. Oh, there's a liberal revolt happening in my country. Oops. I didn't realize that was happening. Um, did I just reload? I think I just reload. Yeah, I'm not gonna mess up like that, bro. I did not see that revolt. March, I think. You're a major power? What? Am I a major power? For real? I guess I'll see when I load back in. I am a major power. Interesting. So personal unions can become major powers? Also, Austria annexed my other subjects. They annexed the other subjects. What? That's not very good. How did that happen? Oh, oh, that's annoying. It's because I'm no longer a crown land, and they had the other subjects low enough liberty desire. And Transylvania like bugged out because oh, I'm not paying enough attention, bro. It happened again. I cannot believe I did that twice in a row. That's a insane Connor throw right there. Form the super hungry, bro. Bro, I don't even have Transylvania. This is not super hungry. This is anti-super hungry. Um, reforms at gunpoint? Yeah, okay. We'll enact universal suffrage from that. That should make the movement a little bit happier. Yeah, that makes the movement much happier, so it's no longer gonna civil war me, hopefully. And yeah, I need to expand construction a bit, and then all will be good. Did they add state modifiers to Austria? No, I don't think any new state modifiers got added to Austria. Actually, Gulf of Trieste might be new, but it doesn't get mappy. I guess I'll build a little bit more construction because I want to go into a little bit of a deficit, right? Austria annexing these guys is a little bit annoying. Actually, very annoying that Transylvania's still on the map. Dang, Austria dealt with their civil wars. Well, Austria did pretty good this game, but I mean, we're not doing that bad either. We'll hopefully better get support independence from Prussia and then eventually beat Austria. I'll just ask, I guess, and then give an obligation if I need to. Yeah, I will need to. Okay. And then that way, we should be able to declare our independence fairly easily. Looks like Austria and Russia still have a defensive pact. So that's unfortunate, but yeah, that's tough that Austria and Russia are going to help each other out, but it's not that bad. Yeah, we'll be fine. Is Austria, uh, Prussia fighting right now? What's going on with these borders? I'm actually very confused. Um, Prussia, Russia. No, Austria and Russia are fighting in this war, but not Prussia. Oh, this is a land invasion. Okay, that would explain. Yo, Long Poland is gone. Yep, instead of Long Poland, we now have Germany owning all of Oberschlesien. Are there any laws we can pass? There probably are. Um, oh, what? Why does this enable oligarchy? Oh, I guess that's the downside of going conservative route, I guess. It reverts your universal suffrage. Okay, do I want the 25 legitimacy? Um, maybe. I think I'll just take the loyalists. Are there any laws we can pass? I don't think there's anything useful. I guess we could go like cultural exclusion or something. You could go subjecthood. Subjecthood isn't that bad. I guess Crownland is like a puppet and personal union is like a protectorate now? No, I don't think so. I don't think personal union is like a protectorate. It's like not autonomous, right? Unless they changed it. Yeah, personal unions are non-autonomous. So, it's still pretty terrible to be a personal union. It's annoying that Austria annexed the Crown lands. Um, yeah, I should have done that better. I could have avoided this, I'm pretty sure. I need to take the decision to found Budapest. What do I need for this? Oh, I just need to research modern sewage. I'm doing that right now. Oh, okay. Are there new formables? I cannot think of any completely new formables, but Danubian state now includes South German, and Yugoslavia can now be formed by Bulgaria. Should reload from when you had Transylvania. I never had Transylvania, unfortunately. Uh, is Super Japan a thing? You cannot just say super and then a country and then have it be a new thing, unfortunately. So Russia can now decrease autonomy on Finland to Crown land. I'm pretty sure no. I'm pretty sure it's only a Austria thing for Crown lands to exist. Do you think that national liberal movement probably should not be Italian and German exclusively? Like South Americans look like a good candidate? I don't know. Oh wait, what? Oh, okay, that's nice. Austria gave me these states, and they, I guess, did the Austro-Hungarian compromise and made me the dual monarchy. That's very annoying that I can't proclaim union with Transylvania. Um, yeah, that's annoying that it doesn't work if I'm a subject but not Transylvania. Okay. Um, hmm. That's that's very annoying. I kind of want to restart again to fix this. W Austria trolling Connor. So true. How dare the Austrian AI troll me like this? I guess we don't need it. We can just declare our independence war, and then once we get independence, it'll be fine. Why is same heritage incorporation 10 years? Yeah. Well, it's not same heritage anymore, technically. It's same heritage trait group. Heritages are very small now. Like, Magyar is just Hungarian and Zekler. Um, most heritages are very small. like a East Slavic or Germanic or I don't know. There's like not that many heritages, unfortunately. I mean, there's a ton of heritages, unfortunately, meaning that most incorporation is now 10 years, which is yeah, pretty annoying. And are the new labor association laws OP? Guild system is terrible, and or actually, guild system is good if you're like doing a foreign investment strat, maybe, but the qualifications is really bad. Qualifications are a huge issue this update. Like, every time I play, I have to deal with qualifications. Oh, Romania took Transylvania from me? No, you're kidding me. That's unfortunate. I guess we'll have to fight Romania for that later on, once we get our independence from Austria. A little bit of a cursed world they've got here. They completely changed the culture system again. Yep, that was shown in the dev diaries. They're changing it to be like based on language and heritage and traditions as well. Traditions seem a little bit weird. They seem pretty rare. You can get a Danubian tradition as Austria, for example. So social mobility is not that good in this patch. No, it's very good because qualifications are a much bigger issue than before. Like if we look at these coal mines, I think they're probably yep, they're dealing with qualifications issues right now because qualifications are just like really bad now. Even when we get off this, I should actually go right to associate right now. But yeah, the minus qualifications makes it bad, but also it just feels like qualifications are lower. I don't know. Can you make a culture disappear in game in the new update? Yeah, theoretically you can with promote national values on their homelands or whatever, but it would take forever to get rid of the final few pops, probably over the 100 years of the game, unless you like have huge plus mortality from devastation. And the pre-pop can be assimilate. Um, Pops can now be assimilated in their homelands using promote national values. Yeah. Oh, Connor Vic, what about homeland assimilation? Can you please tell me what changes were done? If you use this decree here, it allows you to assimilate pops in their homeland states. Like you said, the quals are bad. And I thought they nerfed the decree. No. Yeah, okay. World War One happening half a century early. I don't see no World War One. Um, hmm. Oh, I guess we have to wait till 1852. But yeah, once we hit 1852, I think I'm gonna declare my independence from Austria because yeah, the Austro-Hungarian compromise is not good enough to make me want to stay with Austria. It is interesting that you can be a major power as a subject now, though. I assume that's a personal union thing. I know personal unions had a thing before where they could be the same rank as their overlord, but that didn't let you go past minor power. I guess they just extended that to actually let you go past minor power now. Is this your first playthrough? If not, does Italy and Germany form a lot more now? This is not my first playthrough, but my other playthroughs were on Austria, so I don't know the answer to that question. Or I did a Montenegro playthrough, but it wasn't long enough in the game to know. Does multiculturalism still give massive migration like before? No, it gives way less migration now because it maximum acceptance you can give from it is like 40 instead of like 75 on minimum accepted pops. So resolving slash Holstein question is no longer a requirement. No, it is a requirement. But you only have to actually liberate one of them for slash Holstein question to finish, I think. Gold overflow? Oh, we're overflowing gold again? Oh wow, that's a lot of money that we have. Okay. Yeah, we can spend a lot of construction now. The new map looks cool. Yeah, it looks pretty good. So birth maxing is back on the menu. Yeah, trying to get pop growth from birth rate is much more important again, I think, because migration seems very weak. What's the best pop max country currently? I mean, it's like China. Other than China, probably like Russia, but excluding these Eastern countries, USA is very good. Yeah. How do you have so much money with such low GDP? I don't know. I mean, we have prop tax. In my video run, I like forget to enact prop tax for like 2 decades past when I should have enacted it. Are labor saving PMs still trash? I haven't checked, but I'm pretty sure they're the same. Yeah, I don't think they're different. Is ethnostate good now? No. They didn't really change ethnostate, I think. Is prestige food still trash because birthright? I went food company as my Austria run, and it was fine because you have fairly low SOL as Austria on manorialism because manorialism is like serfdom in terms of subsistence output. I don't know. Long term, it's probably bad. British Circassia, by the way. Oh yeah, that happened in my Austria run, I think. Persecution of the Romanian people. This does seem like a very accurate thing to do as Hungary, so I'm gonna press the option that gives them less SOL. I just need to start building up some universities, get tech going a little bit, I think. Gotta get modern C, which will mean I can do the Budapest Unification Law and show the great modifiers this gives. With qualifications issues, wouldn't that make labor saving PMs better? No, labor saving PMs make qualification issues worse because they require more engineers and stuff. Did you go over any new flavored companies? Not really. I don't really know what the flavored companies are. This one is a new flavored company. That's pretty good, I think. I got a modern sewage. Can do the Budapest Unification Law, and that'll give me plus 5% MAPI in the state permanently. Or I can take this. Oh, this also gives plus 5% MAPI, so it's the difference between 20% wheat farms throughput and 5% light industries, or 5% tech spread and 10% art academies. I think that 20% wheat and 5% light is better, but it's pretty close. Um, yeah, and then we get plus 5% MAPI permanently, which is pretty huge, you know? It's the second state in the game that can get plus 10% MAPI. What's the best way to handle university or qualifications? Like 5 universities in each state. Um, what I ended up doing for China is like give each state like 20 universities or something. You need a lot of universities to fix the qualifications issues. I feel like it's especially bad for Austria when you annex Hungary because you have to wait like 10 years to incorporate. You get now to the same rank as your overlord as a personal union now. Can you be GP as a subject? No, you cannot be GP, but you can be major power, unfortunately. Major power is still pretty good though. Can almost declare independence. I need lower relations with Austria though. I guess I can request some stuff from them. Yeah, request support regime. Request. Oh, they would actually give me market control. I guess I need to damage relations then. I mean, positive balance investment pools using its money, but we're gaining money. Okay, just gotta use money. Should I expel Austrian diplomats? Probably not worth it. I don't know how I'd make them not wanna give me market control. Hmm. I have a coastline, so I should probably start building up trade centers for when I get independence because my market's gonna be whack. Um, what about flavor companies? Are there any changes among old companies? Not that I know of. Uh, just lost North Transylvania to Romania. No, I didn't lose it to the Austrians lost it, trust. Um, yes, you have sea access now? Yeah, we do. Very nice. Makes me remember that glitch when you had infantry and navy and infantry. I actually didn't see if that glitch was happening in my run. I should have checked. I don't know if they patched it. I assume they patched it. Surely they patched it, right? There's no way they didn't patch it. I refuse to believe that it's unpatched. I should probably level up education institution. We need some more bureaucracy for that. They said they did? Okay. They'll patch it by 1.10.20. That seems like a lot of updates. 20 updates? That's a little bit too many. This whole deal with Transylvania being thrown around is gonna be Hoi 4 vibes. Hmm. I don't know. Oh yeah, the event. That is true. But actually I think it's the other way around. I think Romania gets southern Transylvania, not northern Transylvania. Um, build up more construction. I'm surprised how good my construction's doing on Hungary here. We had like 5 million GDP at the start of the game. Now we're almost at 25 million. And swap bureaucracy PM. The second PM is the better one. The third PM is kind of terrible. It's twice as much paper and it only gives a little bit more bureaucracy. Did they patch Super Key give state to reduce autonomy exploit? No, it's still a feature. It's very balanced. You can't grant states from crown lands though. If you could, then it would be super easy to do the Austria matter of Hungary thing. I just joined the stream. How did Romania even get that part? So Austria annexed Transylvania through the integrate crown land button, but Transylvania was in a civil war, so the other side got independence, and then Romania ate it. How does manorhood work? Manorialism makes it so that your pops, so that your arable land gives state construction efficiency. It's getting a little bit less now because a bunch of the sub farms have they've lost workers in the sub farms, but it gives up to 0.1% per sub farm, ignoring throughput. Throughput can make you get more than that. What exploit? Grant state is a totally balanced feature. Exactly. Relations are now neutral. Can declare. That is correct. Okay. It'll be Great Britain, North German Federation, and us against Austria and Russia. I think that's winnable. What do we need to establish the Hunved army? We need a National Guard, which we can't really do too easily. So, yeah, I guess I'm just gonna declare my independence. I guess I could promulgate the 12 points. Let's see, can we get a radical? Yeah, we actually can. Okay, let's do this. Promulgate the 12 points. And that gives me National Guard. So I should be able to do establish the Hanved army now. I need 2 states with enlistment efforts and 4 generals. Okay, that should be doable. Yeah, I'm gonna remove road maintenance, social mobility, and resource industries from that, and then I can do enlistment efforts like that, and go for I think mostly line infantry. What I'm gonna do. I guess I can do a little bit of lancers. Yeah, might as well. Go for a bunch of lancers as well. And that should be a pretty good army. And we can establish the Hanved army. That'll cost me some money, but it'll give a negative 30% morale loss. Yeah, that's pretty good. Mustering the Hanved plus 50% conscriptable battalions. I don't really want that because we already have max conscriptable battalions, but okay. In terms of war goals here, I guess independence will complete some of these stuff for me, I think. Or no. I don't think Austria can get the crisis on the Danube if they granted me dual monarchy. I don't actually know, but just to be safe, I'm gonna liberate Bohemia for that. Then I guess I'll conquer. Oh, Romania's in this war. What? Why is Romania in this war? They're an Ottoman protectorate, but why are they in this war? I'm so confused. They have a treaty with Austria, where Austria's supporting their independence. Okay, well that's some weird nonsense, but okay, I guess I will be able to conquer Transylvania. Okay, we'll take it. And then I guess I might as well also conquer the capital of Austria. And yeah, that seems like a pretty good war. Could I conquer Bukovina? No, I don't have enough maneuvers. I mean, what's the goal of this run? I don't know. Just show off the new update. I don't want to play as Austria because that's my video. Uh, and maybe we'll try to form the Danubian state. I don't know. I haven't finished my video yet, and I don't have much time to finish it, so I might have to, um, like, end before we can accomplish finishing the new Danubian state, but we can get pretty close to forming Danubian state. Unfortunately, a bunch of people are rebelling from Hungary, but nothing will be enough to defeat the great coalition of everyone. Wait, what? I'm so confused. What happened to my war? Um, oh, I guess this is a separate war. Okay. I guess Austria is declaring a different war to annex me because of my promulgating the 12 points. So what did I conquer in this play? Austria and okay, so I guess I'm gonna go for Dalmatia and Bukovina in this war. That's I guess nice that I get to do two separate wars. Bukovina and Dalmatia. New video when the update drops. Let's take a look at Steam to see when that is. This is in 16 hours. Can you be at war with the same country twice now? You've always been able to be at war with the same country twice. It in 1.9 they made it a little bit hard because they made it so you couldn't declare a play in a region that you had a play you could join. But before 1.9, it was like super easy to do for a couple patches. It was from the event Austrian Ultimatum. Yeah, it was. Coastline win. We already have a coastline right here. Did I get my independence? Oh, Austria backed down in the other war. Okay. Nice. It's a little bit cursed that Austria just backed down. I should probably just pause construction temporarily because yeah, fighting this war is kind of expensive. Or wait, why am I losing so much money all of a sudden? I don't actually know what's wrong. I'm spending 13,000 on establishing the Honved army, I guess. Yeah. Um, Barely though. Yeah, coastline is pretty small. How's Austria doing? Okay, yeah, they're gonna be capping out pretty soon, and then we'll have Big Hungary completing the Hungarian Revolution journal. I think will give me the achievement, except it won't actually give me the achievement because the achievement isn't added to Steam yet, so it can't actually give it to me, but it can show that it gave it to me. Yeah, I'm. Wait, I actually got the achievement in Steam? What? Did they just add the achievements like today? They must have. Um, Long live Hungarian freedom. That gives us some bonuses to approval, or we can get plus 100% assimilation. Yeah. Let's make everyone Hungarian. That sounds fun. Move the enlistment efforts, and then promote national values everywhere that isn't Hungarian majority. So yeah, pretty much everything but those two states gets to be promote national values. Yeah, okay, I don't have enough to do it all at once, but we can assimilate a bunch of this stuff. That'll be fun, right? Right, we need to assimilate everyone to being Hungarian, the best culture. Oh yeah, we get this event where we can choose who our ruler shall be. Make a Magyar, a Russian, or a British. or we can become a republic. Um, Obviously the Magyars, right? Have you played Montenegro yet? Yes, but not for very long, just till like 1843. Um, I managed to like get my, or I fought an independence war and lost, I think. I don't have a save from the game, unfortunately, but Austria like completely exploded in that game. Yeah, I'm gonna give a Magyar the throne. Okay. He's cruel. The greatest trait of them all. Cruel is such a great trait. Um, hmm. I don't know who to ally. I should probably improve relations with North Germany. They're probably my best ally long term in the region. Hungary needs to become a parliamentary republic with authoritarianism. I thought that was multiculturalism for a second. And populist leader and become a puppet of Russia. That does sound accurate, but unfortunately, I'm a great power, so I can't become a subject of Russia. Um. Oh, I was wondering why I was losing money. It's because I'm on low taxes. You need to go back up to high taxes, and that way I'll making more money, and I can start incorporating a bunch. And wait, why do I have so much extra bureaucracy? Oh, Austria's capital just has so much. Okay. Oh, it's on the standardized filing system or something? Okay, yeah, that's a little bit better now. Yeah. Check if there's any new JE. I don't think there's any more JEs, but I guess we can take a look. Yeah, it looks like the only ones we have are generic stuff. Wasn't Slovakia made of two provinces before? Yeah, it was. The West Slovakia was like to here, and then East. This was part of East Slovakia, I think. They changed it up a little bit. This is a new Ukrainian homeland, I think. I don't know why they need to change it up, but it's not a terrible change, I think. Interesting, this East Slovakia thing is almost as much GDP as West Slovakia. Why does it have so much GDP? What did I build up here? 15 logging? Oh, there's way more logging there for some reason. That's kind of weird. I guess I'll build up more iron mines there. Can you show us the new Africa map? Yeah, this is what it looks like. I think this is the only section that's new. The Godjam ate a bunch of countries. You can see Mombasa and Witu are new countries down here. Kenya is now a slightly bigger state than before as well. Has less content in South America DLC? Nah. There's lots of content for Austria. And Bulgaria has stuff as well. Serbia, Montenegro. Montenegro has fairly little content, but it's kind of unique. Just joined in. Do you know if there's specific events for Poland? I'm pretty sure there's not specific events for Poland because they are part of. They're not part of the region. They said it was like Danubia slash Balkans, I think, is like the regions for the DLC, and I guess South Germany for Austria. But Poland is not included, unfortunately. It would have been nice if they were included because I think they deserve some national awakening, even though it did take them quite a long time in this period before they actually had their national awakening. Although I guess it took a while for the Balkans to get its independence from Russia largely as well. Or not from Russia, from the Ottomans. Did they keep the peasants giving state construction? Um, is it worth subjugate Serbia and unified Yugoslavia as an overlord of them? Um, I don't think so. We can't really force them to unify Yugoslavia very much because, yeah, I mean, we can't force them to do the unification play. Well, if they get pan-nationalism, I think they can get claims on the region that we could use, but claims aren't that effective. I don't know. Oh, I should probably not be building in unincorporated states like Austria. Yeah, that's not worth. Krakow achievement might be easier now because of cultural fervor. Yeah, it's much easier, I think. Cultural fervor is a very good mechanic. It's like 1.8 added the nice new revolution system. 1.8 or 1.10 made cultural fervor, which I think is pretty good. I just do hate how much it gives Liberty Desire. Like the EIC gets so much Liberty Desire, he transfer it now from cultural fervor. Oh, Heavenly Kingdom won in China. This happened in one of my test games. It didn't happen in my actual Austria run though. keep making not yet lost easier. It was a fun achievement to get because of how hard it was. It actually was almost impossible after 1.9.6, because they removed the ability to do the foreign investment strat. So like I haven't seen anyone do it between 1.9.6 and 1.10. Now it's, I think, like a super easy achievement. Well, not super easy, but I think it's like way easier than it's been in any previous patch at this point. Oh, Greece also got some unique content. It's not that much, but like they have a Bavarian ruler at the start of the game, and they can get different culture rulers from that. Right now they have a Danish ruler. I have so much extra bureaucracy. I guess I should spend it on upgrading some institutions, and I should get public health insurance. And get the church or something in government to pass that. Yeah, I can get the church in government to pass public health insurance. We got steel frame buildings. I probably shouldn't have researched that quite this early. Yeah, that's probably a little bit overkill on the speed of researching steel frame buildings. Maybe like a civilizing mission next. Should probably start colonizing. Colonialism is very good. Is Turtle Island no longer relevant? Um, no, it's still good, but it's way harder. In 1.9, they originally made it so it basically didn't work at all, but then in one of the later 1.9 patches, they just made it so it works only on countries with capitals in North America, which makes it a lot more inconvenient to get extra primary cultures, and basically means the only country you can conveniently annex is the USA. What you have to do now, if you want like European, is conquer Newfoundland, Quebec, and Greenland, release Greenland, give them Newfoundland, declare humiliation war on them, conquer Greenland, something like that, and then the capital will move into North America. I'm bleeding money. No, it's fine. Don't worry. It's not that fine, but it'll be fine overall. Don't worry. GDP is looking pretty good here on Hungary. Didn't expect it to be quite this high. I think I should damage relations with Bohemia because I probably want to annex them eventually. I guess I should create a sovereign empire or something. Or maybe we could join the German bloc. I don't think so because I'm a great power. Great power is usually pretty hard to join bloc. Yeah, I'll just create a sovereign empire. We'll call this the Danubian Federation because that's the flammable, right? Is it, or what's it called? Danubian state. Yeah, we'll call this the Danubian Federation. Except it's not a federation. It's a I steal your country. That's what we call it, scientifically speaking. It's a I steal your country. Um, I guess I'll subjugate Bohemia with that. Yeah, we'll try to get a power block embassy and stuff on Bohemia. Um, Subjugate them that way. It shouldn't be that bad. How do I not have any? I just need to wait for the game to unpause a little bit. Oh, they declined. Dang. I can give them transit rights. Okay, and they'll even give me an obligation. That'll be good. Trending towards a very good amount of leverage on Bohemia. What's the best country for world conquest currently? Almost certainly Britain. What happens if you dissolve the personal union by switching off from monarchy? Is it possible? Um, no, the game does not let you go off of monarchy if you're a personal union. Unless you get couped. I think if you get a coup, you can do it. Hmm. You'll have like 100% excess bureaucracy. There's so much extra bureaucracy buildings here. I guess I can just put them on simple org for now. That'll save some money. At least until we get public health insurance, there's like no reason. UK better than France? Yeah, France is kind of terrible. France really can't grow their economy. They have a really big army this type, but they just can't afford it. Only 18 years for you to assimilate the Czechs to be 25% of Bohemia. If you stack 100% modifier with schools and the 50% modifier with the new homeland conversion. We do actually need a Hungarian pop to exist in the state in order to be able to convert it as the thing. It looks like the Hungarian assimilation is very slow, as there's so few. Is their acceptance not high enough to get assimilated? Let's see, why are they not assimilating these pops? I have promote national values on, right? I do. So why are, like, the pops here not assimilating? Allows assimilation. So why are you not assimilating? Did they break the allows assimilation within homelands thing? I'm so confused why it's not assimilating. Connor, is it still worth annexing big countries or is it more convenient making puppets? Yeah, it's still worth annexing, puppeting and then annexing with Grant State ideally. I'm so confused. Why are they not assimilating? Is homeland assimilation bugged? That would be very annoying if homeland assimilation is bugged. I guess we can take a look if the South Germans in the level deck are assimilating because the state doesn't have a South German homeland. South Germans, they are assimilating. So homeland assimilation is bugged. Okay, well that's not ideal. I am going to write a report about this after the stream is over. Hungarian homeland assimilation bug. Okay. So I guess we are not going to be assimilating people. That is unfortunate. Okay. Dang, that's sad that they didn't make promote national values work. Whereas Krakow, did Austria annex it? Yeah, Austria annexed it. Austria's beating Russia? What's going on here? Um, Austria, Spain, and Sardinia, Piedmont are fighting Russia and two Sicilies? There's no way Russia should be losing that. Unless they're just not mobilizing. They must just not be mobilizing. Almost up to 100% on public health insurance. Can't really afford to go up to steel frame buildings yet. I should probably start building up more steel mills and stuff in preparation for that, though. Oh, and glassworks. We need a lot of glassworks, obviously, for that. And swapping steel mills up to Bessemer process is always good. How is Corsica doing? Corsica is not doing very well, you know. It's only got 111,000 GDP. How's the new DLC? I think it's pretty good. I don't know. I think it's better than Pivot of Empire, but it's definitely worse than Charters of Commerce. You know, it's not like a huge thing. They did say they made the performance a little bit better, but I didn't notice it. Like they said they made what's it called? Buildings not hire as many different types of pops, but it doesn't seem to have made performance significantly better. Overall, I'm pretty happy, but I don't have enough runs to know how much I like the update at this point, really. I've only played Austria and a little bit of Montenegro. Does it make Austria unplayable this patch? No, Austria is the country this patch is made to play as, I think. Do you think it's better to submit to radicals or not for Austria's SOTPJ? Springtime of the Peoples, JE. No, I don't think you want to submit to the radicals. Will you do a MP game? Probably not. If I did an MP game, maybe I'd put like release everything from Austria and never even play as the Crown lands. That could be interesting. They're submitting but very slowly. Public schools need for assimilation. No, it's not showing the assimilation icon. Like if I put it on the state and wait for a Monday tick, and we look at the Croatians, the assimilation icon isn't here. If you look in like this state at the pops they don't have a homeland, you can see this icon that shows that they're assimilating. Why aren't you top 3 GP? I don't know, I'm just too much of a noob to be a top 3 GP, really. Um, probably just like do that. Um, yeah, promote national values. Unfortunately, it's not working. Seems like Paradox just ordered all their teams to release a DLC in the last month or something. No, 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 no. This DLC has been in the works for a while. I think um, it's pretty good. They've definitely been working on it for more than a month. Charters of Commerce come out like 3 months ago. Then why were they losing people of Croatian culture? Wait, how are you seeing that they're losing people of Croatian culture? If I look at like this map, hmm, I know the thing here. Cultures, Croatian is going down. Oh, they are assimilating. In Slavonia, okay, so some pops are assimilating, but not that much. Hmm, interesting. Okay. So yeah, some pumps are assimilating. It's just really slow. Okay, that's kind of weird. I don't know what's up with that because it's not showing it on the pop itself. Okay, and now it is. What? Okay, interesting. Usually all infantry that do enlistment effort and high army pay, 100 troops in the territory and send them to a useless war. What? Why would you do that? That doesn't make any sense. Um, yeah, I'm gonna start the swap up to steel frame buildings now. Do not till we get the steel frames first. Um, I should probably put these on bulk trading. Yeah, bulk trading will be slightly better. And I should do general trading as well. I just pronounced trading and training the same way, but it's fine. Stop them from rebelling. I guess if you kill all the pops, they cannot rebel. Oh, this is cultural fervor that's going down. But we can see here that the pop number is going down as well. Yeah, 3,000 a month is really not that much. That's 30,000 a year, so that's going to take like 30 years or 15 years for them to become a minority. Hungarian is getting 7,500 a month. All right, that's not too bad. Slovak looks like the first one will be to take over. Although I do need to actually put a promote national values decree if I want to do that. You don't need to learn how to read. You can learn how to become Hungarian instead. I don't know. How do you keep land under clout high while industrializing? Don't privatize your buildings. You can't really do it though. New culture map looks so good. I love it. Yes, it's very good. I like it too. I think there's a little bit too many of these national awakenings happening. There should be like something players can do to influence them or something because it's like way too common. It feels like every culture is getting a national awakening. If we look at this map mode, there's so many in like South Europe right now. Wait, Aboriginals and Australians are having it too. Or no, yeah, Aboriginals and Australians. No construction. How could you say this about me? You're so right, unfortunately. Very sad that Connor would make such a noob mistake. The North German Federation just annexed Denmark? I should invite Bohemia to my block. Yeah. I could try to get Romania in too, but I don't think that would work very well. Why do I not have a leverage thing over Romania? I guess I have like zero leverage. No, I have 48. Yeah, looks like too many people are trying to get Romania in their block. Yeah, they have 1800 leverage, so that's not really gonna be able to happen. How much infamy would it be to just annex Romania? 55? That's not that bad. Hmm. I'm gonna improve relations with Britain because I do want to annex Romania, but I don't want Britain to join against me. Is Austria a major yet? No, Austria's still a great power, apparently. What? How is Austria still a great power? That's a little bit weird. Remember French journal entry that requires to have 60 tolerance of Algerians to finish? Oh yeah. I don't know if that requires list acceptance now. It might, because they've changed a bunch of the other journals, I think. So it's very possible that that one changed. Can you please capitalize Federation in your power block name? No. Lowercase Nubian? It just auto. I think it just forces the first letter to be capital. No, yeah, it doesn't let you do that. Or it just I just like do this and then change it back because it doesn't accept capitalization as a change, I guess. Strange. Have you seen the Ottomans blow up in any of these games from National Awakening? Not really. They seem to mostly hold on. Russians really like liberating Bulgaria, but other than that, they mostly stay together, I feel like. East Turkey was mostly Armenian and Kurdish at the time. Well, in game, it's represented as being a very close split between Armenian and Kurdish, it looks like. Yeah. Kars has majority Armenian, and the other ones are majority Kurdish by a little bit. I'm surprised Austria is a great power. I really thought they would be a major or minor by now. They're supporting separatism in me. I guess that makes sense because I own Austria's capital, but I'm not actually having an Austrian secession movement. That's weird that I have no secessionist movements. I think this patch is going to force more subjects. No, I think this patch actually makes subjects worse because the fervor bonus is so bad. Why does map have German names for the oceans and seas? It's because of the theme. Paper map, I guess I'm on the Balkans and Austria one. And so like the Maharaja one gives Indian names and the Balkans and Austria gives German names because Austria is German. 1862 and no Super Germany. Yeah, unfortunately I'm not forming Super Germany as Hungary. And yeah, the AI doesn't form Super Germany anymore, ever, I think. Because there's a negative 1,000 for losing a German leadership play, the AI shouldn't ever form it. Spain beating up France. How is that happening? They must have someone helping them. Oh yeah, they have Japan and Austria helping them. Got civilizing mission. That's pretty nice. Um, gonna wanna do like shift work, dynamite, and pump jacks. That seems like good text to go for. And should probably step up to steel frame. What could possibly go wrong? Nothing could possibly go wrong. Is the answer to that? What? You're lying if you say something could possibly go wrong. Clearly. Negative 1,000 can't be my military assistance? It can, actually. How long are you gonna stay on mannerism? I actually got off of it from the journal, unfortunately. I would have stayed on it for the whole game, though. Can you form Danubian Federation? Yeah, we can form Danubian state eventually, but we do need pan-nationalism and subjecthood for that. Because yeah, those are the requirements. Or yeah, subjecthood and multiculturalism. Oh, we can't go subjecthood anymore. But nobody likes subjecthood anymore, so I guess we'd have to go multiculturalism. Multiculturalism is pretty hard. Did you take out the gold state from Africa next to Zulu? No, those states not very important to take them out anymore, I feel like. And Britain is guaranteeing their independence. Is there a new law or it's unique to Austria-Hungary? It's unique to the Balkans. It's unique to like Austria and their subjects, or Romania, I believe, is the people who can do it. Any warfare changes in this patch? Not that I can think of. I think warfare is pretty much the same. Yeah, I think it's mostly the same. Check crucial is 11 gold mines are usually worth it though. I mean, they're fine. It's not actually like that much money you get from the gold. Like 3,000 minting is not like a huge amount of money. This was working, another 3,000 minting. Which if we made them all, they'd be making a little bit more money, but it's like not actually that big for a country like Hungary. Subject code is unique as well? No, subject code is available for anyone. It is the default law for most unrecognized countries, I think. Yeah, looks like most unrecognized countries have subjecthood, not Heavenly Kingdom. I don't know if Qing starts with subjecthood. I think it does, but I'm not sure. Nearly at zero infamy. Oh yeah, next war I want to do is annex Romania. Um, gonna lose like 28 relations with Britain. Okay, yeah, Britain doesn't want to join at the moment. Oh, Russia does though. Maybe I can't go for annex Romania. Oh, the Ottomans are also in that. Um, Maybe I want to go for like Bosnia. Oh, the British would join. Not the British. The North Germans would join the Ottomans against me. That's not very nice. Come on, North Germany. You don't want to do that to me. Unfortunately, North Germany does want to do that to me. I'm gonna have to get stronger, I guess. Maybe we fight Austria again. Conquer these states on the east so we fix Austrian border gore. Are they unable to employ gold mines? Probably because of qualifications. Also, they're running a tool shortage. Yeah, mostly because they're running a tool shortage. Is it viable to play the game with serfdom or traditionalism? Not really, unless that serfdom law is called manorialism, which is technically a variant of serfdom, but it's insanely strong. Is there any new Ottoman content? Yes, there is the Great Eastern Crisis that triggers for the Ottomans if they fail Tanzimat or get a secession, which will encourage Russia to invade them and give them some infamy and stuff. Germany eating all of Denmark is so weird. Well, they didn't eat all of Denmark. You know, they didn't steal Iceland or Greenland. Who has manorialism? Austria, Hungary, and all of Austria's subjects can get it. Hungary starts the game with it. Romania starts the game with it. And I don't know why I wasn't able to enforce it on the EIC in my Austria game. Don't think I want to ally Brazil. Brazil is not a very strong country. they were to invade Austria, looks like the Russians would join against me, which is pretty bad. Can't really fight the Russians. Yeah, definitely don't think I can fight Russia right now. So, hmm, I don't know what to do. Does Russia or does North Germany have an interest in both regions? Yeah, North Germany has an interest in both regions. I guess I could declare the war in Anatolia, technically. That would be one way to get around North Germany or Arabia. Yeah, Arabia might be the play. Lib Iraq as my primary war goal. And then we do like a transfer Romania, transfer Serbia, conquer Bosnia. That's like the stuff we need for Danubian state. That seems decent. Yeah, okay. I'll put an interest in Arabia. And then we're gonna need to conscript up, but we should be able to beat the Ottomans alone. Maybe with Romania and Serbia on their side. Liberate Kurdistan? No, no, we gotta liberate Iraq. What's the difference between that and traditionalism? Oh, it's not a variant of traditionalism, it's a variant of serfdom. Oh, you can't get back. We can't not give off back on manorialism. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So as Hungary, that is a debuff of using the revolution thing. It kind of makes it impossible to get onto manorialism again. At 89K deficit calls for gold mines. No, it's completely fine. Don't worry. This is just a classic Connor moment. But the Ottomans are a minor power. Oh, you know what? We're gonna wait a year and a half for a certain something that's gonna happen. Um, what do I want to deck in the meantime? I guess I can go for like some meaningless countries over here in Zanj or like Annex Oman. Yeah, I can go for like Annex Oman, even though I'm not gonna finish off the play yet. But yeah, once the Ottomans get unrecognized, that was gonna be super nice. Oh, but they're gonna go back up to major power when they get unrecognized because Sick Man of Europe's gonna go away, aren't they? Hmm. Okay, maybe I just have to declare for this then. Yeah, I'll just liberate Iraq. They already annexed Montenegro. Dang. Oh, the UK would join? I did not realize the UK was guaranteeing the Ottomans. That's what we call a reload. Looks like the Ottomans are extra cooked this patch. Yes, the Ottomans are not doing well this patch. They generally fail pretty badly. But they were doing really good last patch, so June 1st, 1864. So I guess we cannot declare on the Ottomans because Britain is guaranteeing their independence. Yeah, that's not exactly ideal. Um, so what can I go for? I assume if I went for like Bavaria or something, North Germany would join. Yeah, okay. I guess I'm gonna have to just annex Oman for now. No, Russia might join that? No, surely Russia won't actually join that. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. It's not happening. I'm gonna create a navy so that I can actually naval invade them. I need like 5 ships or something. And then Bohemia, I will get. Oh, so this is what we call a reload moment. We're gonna ask for become subject on Bohemia here, because yeah, I don't show this in my video, but this is always an annoying thing that I have to reload. You gotta reload for this. Come on, you cannot be not taking Bohemia as a protectorate here, right? So are we in Victoria 3.2? No, this is Victoria 3 1.10. You got the number messed up, unfortunately. Or Victoria 3.10. Ask for become protectorate on Bohemia. Very nice. Mobilize the army and crush the rebellion. Very good. Having Bohemia as a subject is going to be nice. I don't think they have much cultural fervor or anything. They have like none. They're not getting any bonus from cultural fervor. Does their culture actually have 0 fervor? No, that's 30. Hmm. Time to finish your Austria video? No, we got plenty of time. I don't have much to go. I'm in like 1909 or something. Perfect run first try, except it's the second try, but yeah. Can you use the fervor to provoke war against someone like Romania versus Hungary? Not really. Can't really use the fervor to spark a war to happen. You can use the war to, you can use fervor to like make secessions happen, but I don't think you can really like make we can't like convince Romania to invade us or whatever, I think. But yeah, I need to create the boats. I forgot to do that this time. That's very important. Having Bohemia as a subject is super nice. Yeah. The Danubian Federation is like the fifth highest block GDP. Very good. Hopefully we'll get that to second place by the end of the stream. That shouldn't be that hard if we just like conquer Bavaria, Romania, and stuff. Why not invade Austria for Poland? Because Russia is likely to join Romania, so that would be pretty tough. People States wants a defensive pact? I don't think so. I should definitely queue more stuff up. How many peasants do I have left? I still have 2 million peasants. Where are my peasants mostly? Oh, this state has a lot of peasants. I guess we can build up here. Yeah, 30 furniture. That's probably gonna crash my furniture price, but you know, that's what we love to do. Crash prices on things. Yeah, this state's gonna get nice and built up. Probably a good time to put everything on auto expand, right? Yeah, at this point we're at the point where we've got a decent amount of construction, so there's no need to micro at all. Just get everything on auto expand. And that's probably not going to use all of our construction, but it will help out at least a little bit. Um, yeah. Oh, I had my lead mines on picks and shovels. Oops. Is anarchy countries any viable? No, anarchy is so bad. It's the worst law ever. Negative 50% authority is so bad. Um, okay, this government's pretty good. Austria actually has a really bad PB. I should talk about this a little bit. The Austrian PB has this modifier instead of negative 10% loan interest rate. It's so bad. I was playing as Austria, and I was so sad that I had my loan interest rate so high. If you get a little bit of negative loan interest rate from the Grunderzeit, which is like their thing. We have to keep GDP growth high. It's actually really hard to keep GDP growth that high. Although I didn't have prop tax going. If I had prop tax, it would have been a little bit easier. But it was really hard to keep GDP growth at 2.5% a quarter. I only got it going. I only managed to get it for like 14 years, I think, maybe 18, something like that, out of the 30 you need to do to complete it. France is invading two Sicilies. Is there any way I could get two Sicilies a protectorate here? Uh, Probably not, but maybe. You know, this is the Connor way. We need to fix this. We need to get them as a protectorate. Enlistment efforts, and then we get infinite lancers, and then the AI wants us as their friend, and then it's all good. Get a two Sicilies protectorate. That would be very nice. Negative 150. Now that's where we change our government to be more aligned with theirs. Um, I guess the Conservative Party is probably the best one. Now they think we are negative 45. And just like that, we've got two Sicilies as a protectorate. It's just that easy. Let's go. Big nice. I didn't actually expect me to get that, but you know, I'll take it. Nice. It's actually a very good protectorate, you know. That puts me as the fourth highest GDP block. Yeah. I think they don't want Polish people, the countries around them. Yeah, actually, I should talk about there's a little feature that Russia has about this, where they get a negative acceptance to Polish people for the first 50 years of the game. So mean. How dare Russia unaccept their Polish people? There's a Turkish uprising happening in Greece. That's a little bit strange. Ottomans are unrecognized major. If only they're unrecognized regional and we can protect with them, that would be so nice. Oh yeah, their subjects are now independent now, so that's kind of nice. Unfortunately, they're a minor power, so I can't annex Romania anymore with a single war goal, but I guess I could just conquer both their states. It'd be like 60 infamy, which is quite a lot, but might be worth it. Wallachia is a very good state. Are you going to expand into Italy more? Probably not, but it's a good protectorate to have regardless. Guess I can remove the enlistment efforts now and go back to trying to assimilate the Croats and Slovaks. Oh, we're actually almost good on assimilating Slovakia to Hungarian. Oh, we got a Serbian is apparently just barely a minority in Croatia. It's like flipping in and out of being a minority. Oh, Hungarian's almost taking over to level deck. Everything must become Hungarian. Kind of weird how these are sorted. Like, why is Hungarian not second in that list of cultures? Very strange. I do not know. Should promote nationalizing to level deck so we can get that to be majority Hungarian. There's not actually a need to get everything to be majority Hungarian, but it would just be fun. Any new laws in this DLC? They added the new law category of labor associations. Most countries start a guild system, which gives negative qualifications. Then you can have like banning strikes and unions or allowing unions. Will Wallachia spawn oil too? Yeah, Wallachia gets some oil, although I doubt we're going to play to oil being that useful. Um, Two Sicilies is trying to fight for German or for Italian leadership with two Sardinia and Piedmont. I don't really think it's worth trying to win that war. Um, how is assimilation working in the new update? Do cultural laws affect the rate it happens at? No, cultural laws do not affect the rate it happens at, except that multiculturalism bans you from, it gives negative assimilation, and it bans you from doing the decree to improve assimilation. But other than that, cultural laws don't really affect it, I think. Germany's trying to go for conquer West Galicia. Mm, I don't like that very much. I would definitely prefer if that did not happen. Yeah. Russia getting West Galicia is not ideal because I would want to conquer these states myself. I wonder how much Austria likes these states. Could I or could I ask for them? I only like them by like 200. That's actually like an amount where you could theoretically get over it, but not with negative 87 diplomatic stance. Thunder no sound. Dang. I think it's fixed. Looking for some relaxing. God, crazy. Oh, why do I have these 200 troops raised? I need to not do that. Wait, I don't even have conscripts raised. I'm so confused. Um, that's weird. I'm gonna split off 5 troops and then um demob these. These guys will invade Oman soon enough. Feels like the AI is more aggressive. I don't know. I don't feel like AI is much more aggressive, but I'm not sure. Oh, zero infamy. We're not actually at zero infamy, but oh, we're so close to being at zero infamy though. Like we're point something away. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go for Protectorate Romania. Okay, we can't quite remob yet, but we'll bit of remob soon. Why are these conscripts still raised? This is very strange. I don't know what was going on there, but yeah, I'm just plop most of these guys out for skirmish infantry and then re-raise them as soon as possible. Couple days I'll be able to raise the conscripts, and yeah, that should be Jover for Romania. We'll be able to annex them once we form a Danubian state, which I think I'm going to be trying to do this game as my end goal. I'm going to need to get onto subjecthood or something. I think the rural folk in government I could do that. Which I guess I could do. I did like low taxes, but that would not be ideal. Could I make like the absolutist movement? No, I don't have an absolutist movement to help me get on subjecthood. Multiculturalism is the other option, I guess, but getting on multiculturalism is pretty hard. We have such a big Hungarian supremacist movement. That's really big. Why are the sea names in German? It's because of the map theme I have enabled. It's the dynamic one, but we have it on it's on Balkans. This is the thing, the Balkans and Austria paper map, which gives German names for the oceans for some reason. I'm very confused about why my conscripts are just like perma raised. Oh, I guess Romania backed down. Confusing. Why can I not declare war against Serbia? Let's take a look. Because I kind of want to conquer Serbia. Apparently I have a truce. I guess they joined Romania. Because you're at war, the conscription sectors employ. That's a bug? I've never seen this bug. Usually you have to have a different army with them raised. No. Well, I'm gonna invade Oman now. Need to hire my first admiral. Unfortunately, my first admiral is not the right guy. I'm gonna say he's like 50 years early. We need Miklos Horthy. They've got all of Poland occupied by Germany now. Um, the war with Russia's over. Now they're just fighting Austria. Do they have anything that's gonna be hard for Russia or for Russia to enforce? Lib Slovenia. Okay, this war actually might get white peace because there's no way they occupy Lib Slovenia. Oh, unless they invade through Bavaria. No, how could you mess this up, Austria? Oh, actually, North German Fed got the mill access, not Austria. Okay, that's unfortunate. Fun fact, they made it so you cannot put naval invasions on defense anymore, which is pretty nice because it was a little bit overpowered to put naval invasions on defense. It was very overpowered, really. Yeah, it was not very balanced. But it was fun to abuse the AI. Egyptian uprising. Uprising is very common now. Unfortunately, the Egyptian uprising doesn't want to become my protectorate. I guess I could theoretically make it my protectorate, but actually I don't want to fight the UK. What subjecthood does, it gives mostly acceptance from being in a homeland and a little bit of acceptance from other stuff, but it largely is the homeland stuff, and the penalties for being unaccepted are not that bad, except for wages. But like realistically, most pops are gonna be in open prejudice, and so they're only getting like negative 20% wages, which is really not that bad. How's our assimilation going? Dang, Double Deck has not become majority Hungarian. Wait, it actually became less Hungarian, I think. Dang, unfortunate. Oh, wow. Hmm. Trying to figure if it changes how the bars look based on the percentage of the culture. I feel like it might be, but I can't tell. Hmm. No, I don't think it is because we can see these three states. And that's actually only two states, and they have similar fractions of Turkish. I don't know. Seems like it might not get affected by the percentage of the culture. But not is now claimed by Slovenia. Okay, Slovenia got liberated. That seems like a good country to annex. I mean, we could protectorate them, but we have a lot of protectorates already. I don't know. It's in the Danubian Federation, right? Yeah, it is. So subjugating it wouldn't be terrible. Um, Maybe I should just subjugate it. Yeah, okay, I'll just subjugate it, actually. It's fine. Or either way works, really, but this way works pretty well, right? Unfortunately, this war with Sicily just going on forever. Can't capitulate, right? Yeah, that would be conquering Calabria, which would be kind of bad. There's only 3.5 million GDP there, but that's actually a pretty high amount. What do you think of the possible achievement Attila of Third Rome, which would require you to take war rafts from Russia as Hungary? Um, I don't know the context of why Hungary would be the um I don't know why Hungary would be a what's it called? A Rome contender, but if you have a good argument for why they'd be a Rome contender, then it'd be good to have them have to humiliate all of the other Rome contenders, like papal states in Rome. Slovenia back down. Okay, take it. AI is backing down to me quite a lot today. First we had Austria backing down to my independence war, then we had Romania backing down, then we had Slovenia backing down. Um, First mandate, I think I'll just go food standardization. I'm lacking food. This is unacceptable. I'm lacking so much food. Um, Should probably swap up these to soil enriching farming. That'll help out a little bit. Still, food is pretty expensive. I should definitely remove tariffs from food. That would be a good start. Yeah, we're gonna be running a little bit of fertilizer shortage. I can build up some fertilizer plants, but it's probably not gonna help. Or it'll fix our fertilizer shortage at least. Is it worth to invade Rome for unique building? Oh yeah, the Vatican City. It's actually pretty decent, maybe. Um, Germany's trying to unify. Oh, Germany trying to unify is gonna try to steal Bohemia and yeah, stuff from me. So I don't like that very much. Germany, you cannot be trying to unify Germany. Like that's not very nice of you, Germany. Cannot be doing this. We're gonna have to put an end to these evil German aggressors, unfortunately for them. Yeah. It's not exactly ideal that Germany is trying to do this. In fact, it's pretty terrible. Hopefully Germany will agree to a white peace at some point, because I definitely don't want to have to give up Bohemia and Austria. Should live Poland right now. I can't add war goals. The war is owned by France, unfortunately. Um, yeah, this war is going to be a little tricky. I hope we can defend. Wait, why is France against me? What do you mean enemy formations French army? That does not. Oh, okay, this is the other war. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. Why the French are showing us an enemy formation. Okay. It looks like we're winning the first defensive battle that I checked, but we're also losing some of the other ones. Okay, that's not ideal. I'm gonna use some more enlistment efforts, or I'm gonna go back to using enlistment efforts, and hopefully I can defend enough to not lose, because yeah, losing would be pretty bad. Oh yeah, German flag with the Iron Cross is a little bit weird. Um, oh, my block GDP is doing very good. We're up to the number 2 block GDP in the world. Very good. Romania's liberty desire is still pretty high, unfortunately. Probably should improve relations and fund lobbies in them or something. Trying to get their liberty desire down. Oh, Slovenia is increasing liberty desire. The Great Eastern Crisis is giving them liberty desire. That's not very nice. Um, I hope that goes away soon, 'cause that's kind of a scam. I promise you, game, Slovenia is not a subject of the Ottoman Empire, okay? Oh no. It's so over. North German Fed is gonna form Super Germany. Not literally Super Germany, but they're gonna form semi-Super Germany. It's so over. That's that's very sad. There's nothing I can do. Okay. That's actually so sad. Yeah, Germany's just so good. You only have 10,000 power projection. Are you actually saying I can't win this war? That's insane, bro. I should be able to beat 10,000 power projection. Dang. Um, you should have conscripted more minorities. That is so true. I kind of want to reload to the furthest autosave and try and win this war. Yeah, I think I'm gonna reload and try to conscript up more and see if we can win, because I don't really want to lose this war. That's so bad if we lose that. And there's no way we can save it at that point. It's -60 front. -30 is like where it becomes impossible. Are you against it with France at the same time? Unification play shenanigans, of course. Um, yeah, I just need more enlistment efforts. Remove road maintenance, social mobility, and instead enlist every single person in Hungary. Yeah, manufacturing can go. Promote national values can go from there, and instead, all of the minorities shall join the Hungarian army, and we will take over the world as Hungary. 400 conscripts, that's pretty good. With the power of more minority conscripts, there's simply no way that the North German Fed could defeat me unless they take Alsace-Lorraine. If they take Alsace-Lorraine, then we're kind of dead. Can I wait peace in the Two Sicilies War? No, I can't send a peace deal because I'm not the war leader. Oh, but they sent a peace deal. Okay, I'll accept that. Um, yeah, this war is really bad. I could get military assistance from someone. That would actually really help for the extra training rate. Um, yeah, let's see. What can I give Britain? They don't really want to take anything I have. They would give me like 1,000 opium. That is like something. I guess I'll just owe Britain an obligation. Maybe take trade privileges from them. That seems not terrible. Yeah, okay. In that way, I'll get a little bit more training rate, but it still might not be enough to win this war. That would be pretty sad if plus 20% training rate is not enough to turn the tides of this war. This war is just it's just not going our way. The Germans have a very big army, unfortunately. No, Austria's not weaker now, but it is like harder. Yeah, the secessions at the start of the game or near the start of the game are very scary, but you can win them pretty doably. Import guns from Britain? We don't need to import guns, but we can import ammo. That would be good. Oh, the front advantage is back down to -15. Maybe we can win this. Just need the conscripts to keep coming up and we'll be good. Yeah. Okay, well, it's gonna be a tough war, but might just be able to win. You have ammo shortage though, yeah. I'm subventing the import of ammo now to try to deal with that. Should build up more construction sectors, just like I did in the before I reloaded the save. Uh, Definitely winning some of the defensive battles. Looks like France is winning against Belgium. Getting Belgium out of the war would be something, although I don't think it's like a huge thing. Oh, actually, Belgium does have a somewhat significant amount of battalions, although they have very low manpower at this point. I would assume that Belgium is gonna cap out soon enough. No, they're actually not capping out very fast still. Oh, the front advantage is in our favor now. Um, by a lot. Although my troops are mostly defensive is the thing. Yeah, I need to swap out some of the conscripts for lancers. And once we get a good amount of lancers, we can maybe consider going on the attack. But for now, it's just not going to be viable to go on the attack. Good transfer input, which is free. Yeah, that would have been better, I guess. I don't know if Britain has goods that they would want to transfer us. Apparently, Britain can't mill system me anymore. Dang. Britain's too weak. They don't have a big enough army. Um, did we get a good transfer of small arms? I don't know. Yeah, they would have given that to me. Or they still would, potentially, but it's very low odds of acceptance. I guess I could renegotiate the treaty. Remove the military assistance because it doesn't work. And then ask for some small arms from them and some ammunition. No, they don't want to give me ammo, but they will give me some small arms. Is it easier to dismantle big empires in late game? No, not really. The cultural fervor makes it like significantly harder to piece out, but other than that, nothing has really changed. Piecing out being harder is a little bit annoying though. I can reduce autonomy on Bohemia. I'll do that. That's nice. It's gonna be a little bit before we can reduce autonomy on our other subjects, especially Slovenia from that plus 0.35. Although once that's gone, I think they'll be losing quite a bit. Maybe I should support. I'm gonna support regime Slovenia just because I don't want them to get above like 75 Louis desire. Yeah, now they're not gaining any, so that's good at least. Greece continues to invade the Ottoman Empire some more. Great Britain sides with the Ottomans. I don't think that's going to be very good for Greece. I think Greece just has a slight chance of losing this war, potentially. Maybe they could lose. Who knows? France is actually winning the attacks against Germany. That's kind of surprising. Oh, I am lacking org. Okay, let's promote some more generals. Oh, that guy's an experienced offensive planner. Oh, this guy's direct and experienced defensive planner. Okay, I should use him. Yeah, I'm gonna do rapid advance. Yeah, I think a rapid advance looks pretty good. Does give extra casualties taken, but still looks pretty good. Plus 40 advantage on the front is kind of insane. Okay, I guess we're beating North German Fed here. Ask for opium and add opium to mobilization options. No, I don't like the mobilization options other than extra supplies. I think they're pretty trash. Extra supplies is good, but the rest are just so bad. Or I mean, other than like gas and stuff. Once you get chem warfare, the other ones are really good. Oh, we're at an 80 advantage. Okay, everything gets to go on attack now. And I can even hire more generals just to attack faster, because yeah, we just want to end this war faster at this point. The war is basically over. Once front advantage is past 50. Adds momentum to the opposition party. Okay. Um, it's kind of weird to have a party named the opposition party. It's the number one party in the country. That's very strange. You have luxury supplies on your troops? No, I haven't unlocked the PM yet. It's weird that I'm only getting one battle at a time. You'd think you would get more than one battle at a time on a front this big. Definitely, you would think that. Panic retreat by the German troops. I'm losing so much money right now because of the army. Yeah, I'm spending a lot on the army right now, but once the war's over, our budget's gonna be pretty good, I think. Taking free battles in Saxony and stuff, very nice. German economy is gonna go kaput. Yeah, Germany's not gonna do too well after they are losing market access, and I think they're gonna lose West Galicia and stuff from this cut down to size. I'm definitely not letting Germany get away with a white piece here. I'm gonna put strategic objective on Brandenburg and just get the capital. All the German troops are so dead at this point. 91 advantage, 96 advantage. Yeah, there goes Brandenburg. Okay. The war is basically over at this point. Looks like we need more railways. Guess I'll build some more railways. We're getting migration here. We are getting some migration. Darn Slovaks. Why is this state getting so much more Serbian pops but less Hungarian pops? Are the Hungarians like moving? Oh, the Hungarians are like moving to other states, I think. That's annoying. How am I supposed to make you majority Hungarian? That's a scam. Hungarian's almost the majority of our pops. It's kind of close. Wow, fervor of Hungarian is going up to 84. That's quite high. I don't know what the one country having pan-nationalism is. I cannot think of a country that has Hungarian states that would have pan-nationalism. It's not us. Is it? No, no one. Where are the Hungarian pops even? Uh, huh. I don't even see any Hungarian pops outside of my country. Abolitionist revolt? What? Where do you see an abolitionist revolt? I saw an abolitionist revolt in the USA in one of my games, but I don't see an abolitionist revolt right now or recently. Um, should probably cancel this arms trade with Britain at this point. Yeah, we don't really need that anymore. Just go back to making my own small arms. Um, Gotta try to stimulate the economy some more. GDP is kind of down now that the war is no longer happening, but it's not too bad. He's losing quite a lot of money. Why do I have 100 troops still up? Oh, I actually have like 100 troops in my army. I guess I built those up, yeah. But just not doing very well. They could go up to very high taxes. Yeah, I'm gonna go up to very high taxes. And I'm gonna replace this with a consumption tax on services. It'll be pretty good. Now I'm only losing 9K a week. Jabal Shamar had abolitionist revolt. Oh, interesting. I think they changed Liberia to no longer set the game on slavery. I wonder how many countries have managed to swap off slavery. Looks like a lot of countries still have slavery, but maybe abolitionist revolts are stronger. Because if there's one in Jabal Shamar, oh yeah, Jabal Shamar has 8% support abolitionist movement. That's not very common before. Very rare. Look at German GDP, please. Okay. Down to 53.1 million. Oh yeah. Put back the assimilation decrees and stuff instead of enlistment efforts, everything. Um, like manufacturing, social mobility. No, let's not social mobility there. But we need to do more assimilation. We must fix the culture of these people. USA bloc has passed me in GDP. How dare they? Oh, the two Sicilies ate half of papal states? Oh, it's getting a lot of liberty desire. Yeah, its army's too strong. I don't have a strong enough army to keep these guys loyal. That's unfortunate. They're getting also support independence. I need to get relations up to 20 with these guys or else they're going to declare independence. Yeah, that's not good. We might just have to grant them independence. What do we need for Danubia? We need um, some more states, and then we also are going to need pan-nationalism and either multiculturalism or subjecthood. I actually don't know which of those is going to be easier to pass. Subjecthood, neither of these guys are like demarginalized, so yeah, that's going to be tough. Maybe I could demarginalize the landowners and try for subjecthood. Nobody even wants multiculturalism. For some reason, I have no secessionist movements. That's not That's like the opposite of what was happening to me in my um Austria realm. Like every single culture was forming a secession movement in that. Bavaria. I think we can get these guys as a subject. I just need to swap governments. Okay, landowners. Apparently the landowners are not marginalized. Okay, we're gonna do full opposition party. This has zero legitimacy apparently, but um Bavaria ask for become protectorate is now -70. Okay, let's now form a defensive pact. Take on debt, trade privileges, transit rights, and then that should be enough to get them as a subject. Yes, it is. Okay, that's another great addition to the Danubian state. Will we see Balkan nation run like Yugo, Bulgaria, or Romania? Yes, definitely eventually. Um, I don't know if it'll be my next run after, what's it called? After Austria, or if I'll go play something else first, but I'm definitely going to be doing some more Balkan countries very soon. Um, oh, the Austrian Radical Revolt will become my subject. Okay, let's go. Very nice. Very, very nice. This game went so well. Free subject on Austria and Bavaria is so good. Clean up the Bavaria revolt and then mop these troops into killing Austria, and then we're just going to be in an amazing position here to form Danubian state, annex Austria from forming Danubian state, and just be so chillin'. W luck. I know we love this W luck. Can form the Confederation of the Rhine. Actually, it wouldn't be that bad to form the Confederation of the Rhine. We should wait for this Austria revolt to be over before we do that. Probably should form Confederation of the Rhine, because otherwise, Germany can keep trying to unify against us. Ottoman subject? I don't know what that means. Ironically, Hungary is way more near to form South German Federation than Austria. No. I mean, in this case, we're stronger than Austria, but at the start of the game, all the Hungarian states are basically Austrian states. You know, you can annex them super easily. Nearly zero infamy. Oh, that's nice. I think I'm gonna go for annex Serbia or annex Bosnia. No, Bosnia is still uprising for now. There's this Serb uprising in the Ottoman Empire. Oh, what I could do is protectorate Serbia and then join the Serb uprising, so we get bigger Serbia protectorate. That wouldn't be too bad. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. No, Russia would join Serbia. Okay, let's just not invade Serbia then. I don't know what to do as my next war. We'll figure that out. Austria, definitely about to lose this war. They're already basically fully occupied. German states, question mark? Oh yeah, we could try to conquer some states. But we need to like reduce autonomy on Bavaria. Yeah, if we can't reduce autonomy on Bavaria, that would be kind of tough. Because we don't have a border, really. Kind of unfortunate how fast you're into peasants and that multiculturalism doesn't really let you get migration anymore. Definitely, I don't think it feels too great. I don't know. Beware that if you, oh yeah, if I form Confederation of the Rhine, it might be too big of a subject. That is true. Um, I could give Austria back Austria to make them a puppet. Yeah, that would be 40 autonomy or 40 liberty desire. Give it to Bavaria, that would also be enough to reduce their autonomy. That way I could like annex Baden or something. That wouldn't be too bad. Hmm. Hmm. I mean, Austria isn't that useful as a state for us, I think. So maybe we just grant it to Bavaria. and then reduce autonomy. I don't know. Romania's trying to support separatism in me? How dare they? What else would we realistically do as our next war? I guess we could do some more colonization. Yeah, we could try to fight Zanzibar or something. I should probably try to pass a colonial affairs law. It's unfortunate that I have zero legitimate governments anymore now that I put in the opposition party into government. Okay. I don't know what to do at the moment. Granting Austria to Bavaria feels a little bit weird. Mm. I could give it to Bavaria, reduce, and then grant it to Austria. That is true. But then Slovenia would get a lot of liberties there. Should probably wait for Slovenia to go down a bit on its own. I think it's going down even though we have the Great Eastern Crisis ticking. Um, being able to fight Serbia is kind of annoying. What do we want to do? I guess I'll just invade Zanzibar. Doesn't matter too much. Probably shouldn't have mobilized 100 troops for this, but it doesn't matter. Right, it doesn't matter. It'll be fine. The great Hungarians can deal with anything. Build up a bit more construction. We got our first oil rigs in Oman. Are there any war goals that affect movement so that you could ignite revolts with your war? No, I don't think there are. Not that I can think of. I mean, you could force a law commitment to get them to pass a law that a movement didn't like. Can you get legitimacy back or removing the support regime with Slovakia? No, it's zero legitimacy either way. Or it might be like 10 without this. The ideological incompatibility is just too big. I guess I'll start researching pan-nationalism now. Austria's offering me an obligation to join them against Romania. Well, I think I will join them. But, I'm just gonna, like, capitulate immediately, I think, because I don't really care about them losing Bukovina at all. Yeah, I'm just gonna give them Bukovina as soon as I can. Oh, Romania just backs down. Okay, never mind. I can go subjecthood. What's giving me success chance? Oh, the Romanian and Bedouin national movements are. I could go human rights. I'm gonna research human rights, because if I can get multiculturalism, that would be more good. Maybe creative legislature as my next principle. Oh yeah, I can go creative legislature right now. That's good. I think after we formed a Nubian state, maybe I should try out a run as like Krakow and see if we can figure out what the Krakow star might be like. We won't have long, I guess, after I form that before I need to start working on my video. I don't know. Maybe we just end once we formed a Nubian state. I think we're not actually that far from Danubian state. Probably another hour or so. Do subjecthood trust? That sounds like a good argument. Yeah. Subjecthood for the win. I guess if I'm going subjecthood, I should go pan-nationalism, because, yeah, then I'm going to form the Danubian state. And we almost have enough states to form it, I think. You can miss up to 8. How many are I missing? You're going to miss one from Alsace, one from Baden, one from Dobruja, one from Württemberg. It's like 5 or something. So yeah, we have enough once we reduce autonomy on our subjects. Ideally, I don't want to grant state cheese as much as possible, but I think we're gonna have to do a lot of grant state shenanigans. Maybe we won't have to do that much. We will only have to do it on states that we own instead of having to grant other people's states or something. It's a little bit more legitimate when you do it that way. Legislative failures, that's not allowed. Check if you're paying for railways. I'm pretty sure I'm subsidizing the railways. That would be very sad if I'm not. I'm not subsidizing all the railways. I was just subsidizing some of them. No. Typical Connor moment. What? I got legislative failures again? No, you cannot be doing this to me. I just wanted my subjecthood. You cannot be scamming me out of my subjecthood like this, okay, game? I'm getting subjecthood fair and square. Feared but not loved. Oh, this could give me -10 infamy. That would be pretty nice. I guess I'm just gonna declare annex Baden even though I can't reach them. Or no, I can land invade them? Oh, Russia and Britain could join Baden. That's not ideal. That Russia or Britain might join against me. Uh, hmm. Oh, Russia no longer likes these guys, but Britain does. Can I ally Britain, please? Britain, can you please ally me? No, Britain already has an alliance. Hmm. That is very unfortunate. Oh, we're almost passing the UK in GDP. That would be pretty good end goal. Actually, we're gonna easily pass them once we form Danubian state. Uh, hmm. What do I want to do? I don't know. The fact that Britain's just gonna join any war we do is pretty annoying. Maybe go for Bosnia. Romania might join. Romania doesn't have enough liberty desire to join, I think. Uh, yeah, I think this will be fine. Deck Ottomans for Bosnia. That'll be a little bit of a nice cleaning up of the borders. You know, Bosnia is clear Hungarian land. And then we can do Fear but not love thing. Oh, apparently I can't. Austria rejected. Okay, unfortunate. Do you know anything about Zanzibar being playable? It should be playable. You just gotta like start as Oman, then when your ruler dies, you can swap her to Zanzibar, I think. And you subsidize electricity, if you're gonna need electricity soon. But it's usually too much effort to remember to subsidize it, so I don't. Finally, a new election. Oh yeah, the opposition party is now no longer every single party in the government. Okay, that's good. Um, Subjecthood, not very easy to pass. Yeah, multiculturalism we're probably gonna have to go because subjecthood is. I should probably just cancel at this point and retry again after the cooldown is up because yeah, that stall, 2 setbacks is kind of not good. Hmm. Bedouin nationalists trying to civil war me? That's illegal. You cannot be trying to declare a civil war. How dare you? I think I'm gonna build some wheat farms up. I'm gonna need a little bit more wheat so I can fix my grain problems. I should put grain on labor saving. Grain labor saving is actually really efficient. Oh, I should do dynamite as well. Dynamite's good. Yeah, it's gonna give me an explosive shortage, but it's worth. Also glass, crystal glass is good. Yeah, I gotta do some PM fixing, but it's gonna be great for the economy long term to have all this PMs fixed up. Very nice. That big blue bit in Egypt is awesome. This patch makes imperialism way harder. I have no clue what you're talking about. I'm very confused. I don't see a blue bit in Egypt. The Sicilies and Sardinia Piedmont are fighting for Italian leadership again. Hmm. Why isn't there a max available PM button? That would be so nice if there was a button that fixed my PMs. Oh, the obstinance map. Oh, yes. Yeah, obstinance makes it a lot harder to do imperialism. You do gotta do secret police and stuff if you want to get this to go like, because these penalties are pretty huge, especially the negative impact of institutions. Makes it much harder to get qualifications. We, we even have some obstinance going on in Transylvania right now. The Romanian national movement is, yeah, it's trying to civil war me right now. Not very nice. Gotta go back to human rights now. Oh, I can get more unis. I should definitely invest in some more unis, or at least upgrading unis to the better PM, because I want to research this faster. Yeah, I should get like 50 unis at least. Look at obstinance around the world. Kind of interesting to see. The Estonians are really mad right now, apparently. Um, apparently Chukotka has a ton of obstinance. Kind of strange. Apparently there's a tiny bit of obstinance in the USA. What is causing this like tiny amount of obstinance? Afro-American national movement with very low support, I guess. Why is there so few Afro-Americans? I don't know. Interesting. Tennessee is Yankee and Dixie instead of Dixie and Afro-American. Hmm. Yeah, the US seems to get way less migration this patch. It falls below historical population, which it wasn't really doing in 1.9, I think. Do you plan to do another Greece playthrough with the new DLC? Yeah, probably eventually, but not that soon. Like a month or something from now. I don't know. Russia's trying to support the independence of my subject. How dare you, Russia? That's so mean. I just wanted to have Romania be loyal, and you're giving them .2 liberty desire? .2 is quite a lot of liberty desire. Queue up pan-nationalism after I'm done with human rights. Can't quite give subjecthood another try yet. Once we get human rights, multiculturalism looks like it's going to be a pretty easy pass. It was actually pretty hard to pass from subjecthood, but from nat supremacy it looks pretty easy. Did I win the Germany war? Yeah. Um, Firebreak? Oh, this gives some legitimacy. That's kind of convenient. Yes, we don't need that much legitimacy at the moment. Oh, but if I go multiculturalism, then I can't convert everyone to Hungarian. That's so sad. But I guess we can't convert everyone to Hungarian if I form the Danubian Federation either. So I guess it's just the price we have to pay. Slovenia liberties are going very low. Now they're just no longer getting the plus 0.35. Yeah. I hate that they decided to make a split state in Silesia between Prussia and Austria. Yes, I also hate it because it makes the uh, Polish get the state when they secede, and it's like it breaks the split state. New mandate? Nice. Food standardization too. Scandinavia wants trade privileges and investment rights. I don't want to get investment rights, but I'll do mutual trade privileges. That seems kind of nice. Can I take like a Württemberg or something? No one looks like they're super likely to join. Uh, they might join though. The Northern's in a lot of loans. How much debt are they in? They're in 21 million debt. It is not very good for them, although their GDP has fully recovered at this point. What about Baden? You? No, you're not good. Okay. Well, we're just gonna invade Württemberg. Germany could join against me, but surely we'll just be called the UK and it will all be fine. It won't be fine. It won't be fine. But it will all be fine. You just gotta believe. You can conquer Upper Silesia or something. Yeah, UK. You want to transfer Slovenia? Why can't you just take two Sicilies, bro? Um, Dang, if I could just ally the UK right now, that would be very convenient, but I can't. Hmm. I don't really want to give the UK Slovenia, you know. Slovenia is kind of not what I would want to give them. Do I have to reload? This war is not looking good. How much content this DLC has, because Indian and French DLCs were very poor, only a few diary missions. There's not that much per country, but it's like much more than India, because I think like Austria has a roughly as much content as India, but like instead of just Punjab existing, but the content is much better, to be clear. It's just the same like quantity. And like there's no equivalent to Punjab in this update. All the countries have like way more flavor than Punjab did. Hungary, Serbia, Montenegro, Greece, and Ottomans have some small flavor as well. The new laws, like unique laws, are pretty big flavor as well. So I think it's like much bigger than Pivot of Empire. I don't know what to do. I might have to restart because this war does not really look winnable. Unless I can get UK to like me more, but I don't think I can. Or they finish this Tunis war, but they're not going to do that. Industrialists. Okay, let's try an industrialist government. Maybe that will make the UK like me enough more. Oh, now they like me by plus 20, but still all they want is Slovenia. Dang. That is very unfortunate. And my obligation isn't going to expire like right now, right? Yeah, still got 9 years left for their obligation on me. So that's not ideal. Hmm. Yeah. Okay, I guess I can sway Germany to my side for transfer Austria, but I don't want to give them Austria, obviously. Um, yeah, I guess I have to reload. Did they finally patch the Enlightened Royalist decision? I have not seen it since I played, but I have not played that much. Yeah, like I've played maybe 150 years. No, I've played more than 150 years. I've played maybe 200 years, but I haven't seen it. So, um, yeah, we'll see. I think it might be fixed. Unfortunately, we can't invade Württemberg. What do I want to do? I guess I'm just gonna sit on zero infamy. It's not ideal, but it's fine. Or I could invade Switzerland, maybe. Yeah, I can make Switzerland a protectorate. That's better than nothing. Yeah, friendly migrations are way lower. US is below historical pop. Yeah. Why the HUD is brown? It's to do with the theme thing. It's on dynamic for now, which is like the um based on what country you're playing, it changes. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to fix that. Or, I mean, I could change it out, but I don't know why that changes the UI color. I guess they decided to make the Balkans brown. Why they made the Balkans brown? That is beyond comprehension of humans, clearly. Very close to human rights. Oh, Switzerland just backs down. Okay, that's very convenient. Probably start improving relations with more of my subjects, if possible. Yeah, that's looking good. Can reduce autonomy on Romania. Now we're up to 17 of the 24 states we need. Slovenia, I think, is going to be next. The new map is pretty good. Best one yet. Yeah, I think it's looks pretty cool. Fun fact, they made this uncolonized territory. It's very slowly getting colonized by the Hudson Bay Company right now, I guess. Very slowly. Almost up to 100 million GDP. Very good. Once he formed a Nubian state, I think I'm at like 150 million. Actually more. Yeah, like 190 million. Is backing down more likely? I don't think so, but I have felt it a lot so far. I mean, I've seen it a lot so far. Slovenia is pretty close to reducing autonomy. Oh, Austria is really mad at me. I need a stronger army so I can keep Austria loyal. I guess I'm gonna build up a stronger army real quick so that I can keep them loyal then. That seems like a pretty good plan. If someone is disloyal, build a bigger army. I think the army comparison is pretty good. Future still on very high tax? Yeah, I believe we are. I've got 8 million radicals. Maybe I should go back down to just high tax. Um, that seems a little excessive to be on very high. Honor, is the DLC coming out mean that my row video idea is getting video request is getting postponed? Um, yeah, I mean, I generally don't want to do mod content if the new update for vanilla came out fairly recently. I don't know. There's gonna be new updates very recently until like February because we're getting 2 more updates before the end of the year. The Iberian Twilight and one more. Romanian Uprising. How dare the Romanian Uprising trigger? That's evil. I can reduce autonomy on Slovenia to puppet. Bringing me up to 15 or 19 once we kill the secession states out of the 24 we need. Did they change how qualifications work in the new update? I feel like they did, but I don't have any proof. I don't know. Oh, Zanzibar Uprising too? Okay, I'll go crush that as well. Um, yeah, I'm gonna research multilateral alliances. It wouldn't be a Connor run if he didn't research multilateral alliances, would it? And then I can start going human rights now. We have an anarchist movement, so yeah, this is gonna be very easy. Multiculturalism, right? Oh wait, only 11%. Oh, the Romanians not being involved now. It's pretty unfortunate. PB really hates this. If I could get a reformer PB, that would be amazing. Hmm. I guess I can't really get a reformer PB, which means that the PB is gonna just really hate this, and that's gonna be what we have to deal with. Yeah, 52% stall is not ideal. But if I go high gov wages, I can actually fix that a little bit. Yeah, now it's actually only 32% stall. And what, are these guys in any, political lobbies? Yeah, they are. They're in the, anti-Russian league. Okay, I guess I'll declare a rivalry with Russia. Um, now they're at +1 approval. If I can make the Russian league like me some more, that would be nice. Swahili horrors. This event for crushing secessions is pretty annoying. It's like the first secession you deal with, you get like 10 infamy, which is very annoying. You get +50 if you do this option, but yeah, this option gives you some other bonuses, but I don't think it's worth the 50 infamy. I guess unless you're going high infamy. When is the Corsica video, Connor? What's Corsica? I've never heard of such a place. There is no such thing as a Corsica video. Except there is, but you know, 6 years, TM. Well, they have -6 from failed petition. That's unfortunate. If they didn't have that, would easily get them up to +5, which would give them no stall chance, which would be pretty amazing. I'm gonna go to medium taxes so that I have higher legitimacy to pass this faster. Also, I think I'm gonna remove my decrees to get the authority to pass faster. Remove promote national value from Austria and double deck. And that way we get very good enactment time. There's some new events for enacting multiculturalism that make it more likely to pass easier, like you get better debates than before. Um, sure, Scandinavian socialists are welcome here. Oh, I'm losing against the uprising here because, where is it? Oh, it's right there. That's that's annoying. Just that tiny state seceded. That's pretty small. Why is my GDP not fully recovered? I guess it's just PMs maybe a little bit. I'll reset production methods in these states. Yeah, that helped out a little bit. Honor streaming? No way. Well, I mean, you let me stream before I can upload videos, so I gotta stream as soon as I can. Except I didn't stream as soon as I could, but I streamed when I could. So yeah. Someone just pinged me in my Discord asking if they're nerfing Circassia. I don't think they're nerfing Circassia. I haven't actually checked though, but I don't think they are. Surely. I think I got a negative debate there, but it wasn't too bad. Actually, it gave like -10 success, so that was pretty bad. But no, it couldn't have been worse, really. Yeah, that's annoying. Um, and what else do we want to go? Where do we have peasants? I got 900,000 peasants somewhere. Um, Austria, where we have the most peasants at this point. So I guess I'm just gonna start building up some more food industries and stuff. Connor, will Tibet ever be played? Maybe. Is the -10 or -21? I don't think so. No, it's just a debate, not the stall. Is the UI different? Yes. There's a new theme they added, and it's now on by default, so I'm using it at the moment. Negative mortality per turmoil is kind of interesting. Does this actually make the pops get like negative turmoil from mortality? Level deck? What state is that in? Uh, did I misread it? I'm confused. Okay, I'm clearly blind. I don't know where that modifier went. Okay, I'm very blind. I don't know where the modifier went. Can we get Wurtemberg as a subject here? No, Bavaria scammed me. If I change my government, maybe. But it depends on whether they hate me because of my interest groups in power or my political type. I think they don't hate me because of my laws. Yeah, they have pretty similar laws to me, I think. So I just need to swap over to a like church government or yeah, like the Conservative Party or something. And then that should be pretty good. Do that. That doesn't affect the stall chance, I think. Yeah, it doesn't. Then I can take a look. Yes, they're only negative 38. So I can just do a defensive pact, trade privileges, transit rights, and then subjugate Württemberg. Very good. Love to get 1 trillion subjects. GB is still taking over China this patch? Yes, GB is indeed still taking over China this patch. Oh, Slovakia is the main Slovakia one. Okay, that is correct, right? Yeah. Negative 25% mortality for turmoil. So if we look at a pop, let's take a look if their turmoil is getting reduced by turmoil. Yes, it is. Interesting. The Nubian state soon? Yes, very soon. We just need to get multiculturalism and reduce autonomy, and then I think we're pretty much ready to form. Austria is reducing liberty desire. Got to grant them Austria after this war, and then we can like form Confederation of the Rhine, which will annex Bavaria and Württemberg into them, and then we'll be good. So basically, we just need multiculturalism, I guess. And I have negative enactment time on it, or I need to go down on taxes now in order to get negative enactment time. Okay. I definitely want to get the negative enactment time because it's very important. Did they fix the inefficient agriculture capitalist investment pool modifier? No, they did not. I ran into that in my Austria game and it definitely didn't boost it. Loppy opportunity against Russia? I don't want to do that. Just investment rights with Scandi. I don't think that gives approval to the Russian lobby. I could be wrong. We will see. To plot a coup, trying to establish a presidential republic. How dare you? I'm gonna keep these mandates because I might need to go create a legislature 3 at some point to try to ensure multiculturalism succeeds. I think it's gonna succeed, but it's not looking amazing at the moment. We need to get one of those good debates. There's like a plus 15 success debate now, or second one. Swap food industry production to meat canned. Is that good? That might be good. Yeah, it is. And retreat the coup, and that's gonna insta cancel it. Yep. Nice. Trade unions are now powerful. That's good. Historical Cyprus claims. Uh, wow. Cyprus. I was expecting this to be a Turkish secession, but no, this is actually Greek. Mhm. I don't know how this happened, actually. I think this would just get annexed into Greece if it's a Greek secession. Did they liberate Cyprus? I'm so confused. A window to utopia. Inspiring. We need more migration attraction, except we're never going to get any migrants anyway. Because this update has doomed all migration. So sad. No more migration ever again. IRL, they'd probably form a union, wouldn't they? Probably. I don't know. Maybe not. It's kind of weird that they own this stuff. If they didn't own this stuff, I don't think they would, but if they own this stuff, maybe they need to form a union with Greece to stay alive against the Ottoman Empire. Multiculturalism, come on, you know you want to succeed. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we're gonna have enough states to form Danubian state just barely. Really running out of peasants. It's gonna be nice to form Danubian state and hopefully get more peasants, except all these guys don't have peasants, so it's actually just gonna be game over after we annex them. That's unfortunate that there's no peasants left. Another plus 10 success chance on multiculturalism. Nice. Saying I can't exploit all the radical Indian labor by shipping them to me? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The evil Victoria 31.10 developers don't want you to do that. I can't believe they're so evil like that, you know. But anyway, you get multiculturalism. Does this actually give less acceptance from tradition trait than the other ones? It actually does. Interesting. I actually there's a pop that has less acceptance under multiculturalism than cultural exclusion. But anyway, now that we're on multiculturalism, I can grant Austria their capital of Austria, reduce autonomy, form the Confederation of the Rhine, and then apparently that was Bohemia that formed that. Okay. Well, I'll take it. And then I can just form the Danubian state now. Very epic Danubian state. Fun fact, Danubian state is actually the name of my Austria as well. Apparently, United States of Greater Austria as a republic, it gets called Danubian state, even though it's actually a different country. Look, Hunter, is Occitan culture rebels from France now? No, it seems to not rebel. I don't know. I guess it has like, I don't know what makes it not rebel. It's actually completely different from France. No, it's Gallic, so it has the same heritage, but yeah, it seems to not rebel from France. Here we are, the Danubian state. Apparently, we're only the third great power. That's it's kind of sad that we're only the third great power. Actually, if I raise gov wages, no, gov wages are already raised. Meal wages? Come on, come on. Yes, okay, we're the number 2 great power of the world, as we deserve to be. Very nice. The Danubian state, peak Hungary. Number 1 GDP in the world. We love to see it. Well, I'm gonna take a save here. I think I might, are you ever gonna play Tibet? You know, who knows if I'm gonna play Tibet. Oh, we can see if GDP explodes if we try to change PMs. I assume that these countries had most of our PMs, but we can just try and see what happens if we put all the PMs to normal. Some would say we shouldn't go hand assembly out of their water tube boiler, but no, we must kill all people who like labor-saving PMs in our country. Government administrations, filing cabinets. We're actually running bureaucracy deficit. Okay, I'll put some up to standardized filing systems, bulk trading, soil enriching farming. I don't think too much is going to change if we change PMs. I guess we can take a look. Yeah, it seems like our GDP staying pretty much the same, if not contracting over time. But hey, we're the number 2 great power, number 1 GDP for Hungary in 1881. I'm pretty happy with this run. I guess I should fill up my construction queue to see what we can actually reach. Should have peasants somewhere, right? Food industries is probably what I want to build. East Galicia. Okay, like 60 in East Galicia. And yeah, we're at like 228 million GDP. Have cars been nerfed? I do not think cars have been nerfed. I do not I didn't check the PM, but I'm pretty sure it's the same as before. Did you flip any states' cultures? Oh yeah, we can take a look. No, we did not manage to flip any states' cultures, unfortunately. We almost flipped Slovakia. It was pretty close, but not quite. Oh, its level deck also almost flipped, even though the Hungarians all migrated out of there. Hungarian ended up being about a sixth of our pops after we annexed everyone. South German is our most populous culture. For some reason, the Hungarians have the most political strength. I guess the South Germans do not have much SOL. Or maybe this is just waiting for them to update and it'll change soon. I don't know. Is car spam still the method? It's still very good for GDP growth. I think I might end the stream off soon here. Is there any final questions? Or maybe I could try to do a Krakow thing and see how easy it is, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to figure it out on stream. I don't think it's that easy, right? Surely there's no way I'm gonna be able to figure it out on stream. I think it might be ending off here. I think you have to use migration plus assimilation decrees with migration control, so no Hungarians migrate out and only Hungarians migrate in. True, 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 true. So yeah, everyone migrating out just made it so that it's kind of hard to take over the states. Also, I just didn't play that long, I guess. Yeah, I can see in my saves, I can show you that the other one is also called Danubian State. Apparently, I'm in 1916. I didn't realize I was that far in. Yeah, we can take a look at the Krakow start. I don't think I'm gonna do a run on it. Is ethnostate viable now? No, ethnostate is not really viable, but migration is weaker, so it's better than before because you don't have to deal with as much migration penalties. But ethnostate will just give you constant rebellions, I think. Any promo codes for buying the DLC? No, I don't know that I don't think I have a creator code. Um, Tunisian state with Turkish flag, real and true. I wonder. Oh yeah, we can't even support separatism because we have to be subject to that conduct diplomatic plays in order to support separatism. So it's not perfect. I don't know what you would do. You have to like declare independence at the same time as the Polish or something. Well, this is a question for a future Connor who's gonna make a video on Krakow. Let's take a look at some laws. Is there anything else I wanted to mention? I'm trying to think. I don't think there's anything else I wanted to mention. Actually, let's quickly swap over to Austria. That way I can show some of the stuff they have. So have to min-max SOL to birth max. Yep, you gotta do that. You gotta play Montenegro for their great modifiers. You know, they have such great modifiers. Consumption-based taxation. Women in the fields. This gives plus 30% workforce ratio, which is kind of ridiculous. And self-paternalism. This gives food security. Yeah, overall, Montenegro's got some pretty good laws. Montenegro's in a pretty good starting position. But we can see here on Austria, they have this button here to integrate the crown lands, which is how they annex Hungary and stuff. And they can also establish the dual monarchy. The reason you do that is that you need to do it in order to do the United States of Greater Austria. Otherwise, there's basically no reason to ever establish the dual monarchy. Fun fact, you can establish the dual monarchy day one by increasing autonomy on Hungary and then establishing dual monarchy, just like that. But I don't think it's good to do that, but it is an option. And I can quickly show off the Montenegro start before we end off. You get some negative mill goods cost, plus 1,000% gold reserve limit, decaying modifier here, pretty good. And they're the lowest literacy nation in the game, I think, other than decentralized countries. We can take a look. Literacy, sort, and no, actually, Ashanti might be lower. Let's take a look. Ashanti starts the game with, wait, 0.0% literacy? 0.03% literacy on Ashanti? How? How does Ashanti have 0% literacy? Do they have like no qualifications to work in the manor houses? Huh, why does Ashanti only start with 100 clergymen here? That's Very weird. Top five things nobody's ever said Montenegro is in a good spot. I think it's actually a pretty good country, you know? You've got the ability to form Yugoslavia. You can take the entire state of Montenegro if you become an Ottoman protectorate. I think the optimal strategy for Montenegro is to deck day one for Karadog. Oh, wait, I didn't realize Russia would just support me. What I was thinking you do is you just back down immediately to the Ottomans for becoming a Montenegro protectorate. I guess I'm. Oh yeah, now the Russians hate me because I declared war on Russia apparently. But we can just like back down in this war, and then that's kind of really good because the Ottomans will give you your whole state. You have to convert to Sunni, but it also gives you Turkish and Bosnian primary culture, which is pretty cool. Back down. Let's see if we can get that event. Conquered. If you can't beat them, join them. This gives you Turkish and Bosniak as primary cultures. It also gives you Sunni as your state religion. But this also gives me the entire state of Montenegro. So yeah, I think this is like the way you play Montenegro. Negative 1.5% wealth-based education access is, you know, not exactly ideal. Very strange why Ashanti has such little literacy. I don't think it had that in the previous patch. Maybe this is... What's a rating? Oh yeah, I'm gonna reload up so I can show how rating works. Rating is probably kind of important to understand. It's like based on your army size, you get more money from raiding the Ottomans. I don't know what's like the cap or whatever. I know you can't raid if you become an Ottoman protectorate, but other than that, I think you can raid even if you like conquer the entire state of Montenegro. It doesn't make the great powers mad at you for raiding, but you get money for it, so it's pretty good. Stop over to Montenegro. Does that change your available formables? No, it doesn't. I don't think having Turkish does, but it will give you acceptance on Middle Eastern people, so I think it's not terrible. Tradition of killing tax collectors is interesting. Yeah, here we have rating. You can see it's earning us 1.3 thousand in additional income. Apparently we're getting a little bit of extra from Russian aid. And we can either increase rating or decrease rating. We decrease rating, it makes the Russians and Ottomans happy towards us. We increase rating, it makes them mad. So like right now it's making us 1,300. If I do this, now it's making 2,000. I think the money scales with your military power projection. I don't know if it's linear or whatever. I guess we can actually see if it's linear by diluting our army. 2008 becomes 1721, becomes 1434. 2008 minus 1731 minus 1434. Is this all equal to each other? Let's take a look. That is 277 difference, and that is let's see, 297 difference. So it's not quite linear, but it's kind of close. I guess if it was linear, it'd be incredibly OP. Can you raid China as Britain? No, no, it's just this journal entry here. Unfortunately, not every country can do raiding, but it is very strong. I don't know what the maximum amount of money you can do. I didn't play Montenegro enough, and in my Montenegro game, I just like, you know, stopped, or I didn't try that hard. I didn't play that long, so I don't know exactly how it's like, but it does look pretty interesting. Anyways, I think that's where I'm going to end off the stream. Can we build a really big army? Yeah, if you conquer a bunch of states, you could build up a huge army. I don't know how much the cost scales, or how much the money scales, though, because it's not quite linear. I might look at the code and figure it out. I guess I could look at the code to figure out what the modifier scaling is. Yeah, let's figure this out, actually. This is interesting. Journal entries. Rating. Let's see. J.E. Montenegrin rating. How do I figure this out? You think Austria's nerfed? No, I think they're roughly the same as last patch in my opinion, although I didn't play them last patch. The AI gets more money as Montenegro. That's funny. Top tricky players from swapping to country. They make it so if you swap to the country, it removes your increased bonus. Do a look at the code tutorial. No. Remove modifier Montenegrin aid clause. Where's the... Okay, I guess we don't get to see what Montenegrin aid actually is in this code. Dang. Uh, I don't know how to figure that out. Okay. Well, there's certainly a formula that increases how much money you get with your army power projection. Unfortunately, I'm too much of a noob to figure that out. How do Turks counter the rating? Oh, I guess we can take a look at that. Yes, yes, yes. Um, Disobedient Mountain. Here it is. You can spend infamy to make your states lose the rating penalty. I don't think you actually get you don't lose the money that they take, I think, but you do get this negative tax collection in some of your states. And yeah, if you um, you can do that, and I guess it removes the penalty, but it doesn't do much. You can of course conquer Montenegro, but Russia starts the game with a guarantee independence on them, so it's a little bit tough. Um, it should be in scripted modifiers. Okay. Well, yeah, I think I'm gonna end the stream there.